alive! It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Dominic Lawton can be wild. Welcome to the Bad Movie Cult.
Welcome to the Bad Movie Cult podcast, and Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year. This will be the last, the final, the end of the year.
That's what it means, yes.
I think that's what it means. I had to look it up.
And today we're going to be covering Belly of the Beast.
Belly O.T. Beast.
Jake, I like to think you came all the way out here to see me, but I don't think so. Is everything all right?
It's Jessica. She's been kidnapped.
Listen, opposite Joe. Watch the whole man. I'll take care of him.
You don't know my dad.
This is my daughter. Anybody who stands in my way, it's going to be them or me. I don't want to see you go home in a body bag.
So yeah, what do you think to this film, Ken? This is a direct-to-video effort, isn't it, from Segal?
Yeah. To be honest, I suggested we do this one because I remembered funny bits that actually have made me laugh out loud when I watched them the first couple of times. And watching it again, it's a good film. I enjoyed this. I enjoyed rewatching this one, and it's actually I think it stands up as a decent effort, especially from this time period that he was doing. But no, I actually really enjoyed watching it again.
Do you know what the tagline of the film is?
It's about a father's rage.
A father's rage knows no limits.
Oh yes.
Segal plays Jake Hopper.
Yeah, it's quite a normal name.
Yeah.
Compared to some of the other names of people in this film.
I love the name of, I know
the guy who owns the club. Yeah, Fitch McQuoid. What the hell kind of a name's McQuoid?
It's brilliant. Fitch McQuoid.
Not even McQuaid.
Yeah.
Lone Wolf McQuoid would have been absolutely rubbish.
He sounds like he should be reading the news in Anchorman. That sounds like a...
Yeah, it does, yeah. It sounds like a totally ridiculously made up name.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
The film starts. It's Thailand, 1994.
Does it say that?
Yeah.
Oh, right. I missed that.
Yeah, it says it at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, I missed it because I noticed the next one that said present day, and I just thought, well, how long ago was that first bit? I just watched then. Yeah. Oh, right, okay. I missed it. That doesn't bode well, does it, for the rest of the film?
Segal's in this scene, Ken, if you know.
Who's that?
I don't know really. It's not really explain what's going on, to be honest. There's a meeting and it's...
Yeah, that's just the beginning. It doesn't explain what's going on at all. This whole film, it's just like random scenes all put together.
Yeah.
That's why I love it. It's just so you watch it and you just think, what?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the plot is all over the place.
So hang on a minute, who was that?
Yeah.
That's what I was doing a lot.
There's so many names that get mentioned during like conversations.
Yeah.
You're like, I have no idea who any of these people are.
No. I just wrote my own names down.
It's a deal that goes bad, and it's Segal and it's Sunti. They're both sitting there together.
I think it's like a drug deal, isn't it? So you own Burma, you run Burma. We'll stick to this bit and keep out of your way, out of respect. And then the guy he's meeting just says, yeah, it wouldn't be wise to make an enemy of the CIA. And they kind of, I think he may even literally narrow his eyes at this point, Segal, because he's onto him. He's blown his cover.
Even more than he does through the whole film.
Yeah, until eventually he's just fast asleep.
Some bad guys turn up, start shooting up the place. Segal, I think we're about 90 seconds in already.
I've got it's 1 minute 20.
Yeah.
Is when there's the first fight scene. We're not messing about in this film, honestly. This is just action-packed.
I had 90 seconds for the first glass breakage.
Yeah, I paused it and had a look.
Yeah.
It was, I think, 1 minute 20 is when he first just kicks somebody off his chair.
Sunti, he chases one of the guys. Sunti's not actually that good, as it turns out. At this point, you just think he's going to be one of those useless partners that's there just to be killed. So he chases this one guy. He goes to shoot him. They're in the streets, and he goes to shoot him. He ends up just shooting a woman holding a toddler.
It's because he trips over some water barrels, and then gets water in his eyes.
Yeah.
So, poor Sunty.
Yeah, so he just shoots this woman's walking across. She's got a toddler in her arms.
Because if there's a gunfight, you think, I'll just quickly nip over the other side of the road with me kid whilst this gunfight's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, quick as I can.
Gets shot and she's dead. The kid's on top of her. The little toddler's there crying.
Sunty's shot as well. Sunty's shot because the bad guy obviously isn't shot because he shoots the woman. So he shoots Sunty. Thankfully, Jake Hopper looms over everybody and just blows him away. We get a close-up of an angry Segal face, which I've always liked.
Then straight to the credits.
It's a naked woman, slow motion,
of course it is.
slow motion in the swimming pool.
Yeah, we're in Hawaii, present day. Yeah, so it's a really nice house. Lots of guards around.
Yeah, too many, I'd say. There are too many guards. They're all in the same place. Split them up.
There's a very sort of svelte, muscular man walking across the and you think, well, it's not Segal.
He's running. He's running. He's like jumping, doing a little bit of parkour, and leaping up onto the roof, and like ninja stealth.
Yeah, and he's skinny.
He's got no sleeves on his top for some reason.
Yeah,
I don't know. Stealthy.
Yeah, not at all.
Just wearing a sleeveless shirt.
Yeah, as I say, so you think, well, that's definitely not Segal. Turns out it is. It's just a really bad, not a bad stunt double, but just looks nothing like it.
No, it's quite an obvious stunt double.
Yeah, he stealths in. He cuts open the window with a little glass cutter, lets himself in, steals a mixtape, I think, from the safe.
Yeah, it's just somebody's CD. Yeah.
The thing is, he stealths all the way in, and then he jumps from the second floor. I was like, what's the point of the stealth then, Steve? You just jumped and landed onto the ground.
But he lands perfectly.
Yeah.
And we get to see his beautifully toned, muscular forearms, and he's oiled up as well, if that's important. And again, it's not him, but it's just funny to. It's like, why would they do this? Why would they pretend that's him? And everyone watching, not a single person watching this thinks that's him.
Yeah, I like when he first gets into there. He just does a necessary roll because that's the only thing Segal can do.
Yeah, and that is him though. That does appear to be him. It's like forward, little somersault.
Which you think is impressive only because it's Segal doing it.
Yeah, I actually did think it was impressive.
But in reality, we could all do that.
Yeah, I might go and do it in a minute.
This is when we get the I call it the Superman slide. There's a very low window. It's probably about a foot off the ground where it stops, and Segal is propelled.
He runs. That's how he propels himself.
Yeah.
It's through his own momentum.
Yeah, and then he just hits the deck before he gets to the window and slides across with his hand outstretched, but quite slowly.
And quite obviously on wheels. It's making me laugh now just thinking about it. It really is ridiculous.
And the camera angle's so bad as well. He just looks massive on the ground.
Yeah, it looked just quite ridiculous. I don't know how long it took for him to get him back up.
What I do like as well is he checks the fridge.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, he misses the fridge first and finds a cupboard.
Yeah,
and then he looks under it and he's like, oh yeah, there's the fridge.
Well, he sort of just stumbles in out of breath.
Yeah, he's bloody sliding, isn't he? Yeah. He's been sliding.
You think, is this a little cheeky nod at the fact that he's a bit more?
Like, he just brings out a big chicken leg.
Yeah,
just a whole plate of chicken.
Yeah, that he's a bit big around the waist than he used to be. Is this a little nod? But no, it isn't. Could
it be something to do with the title of the film?
Yeah,
but no, it's got nothing to do with anything.
Yeah, he just gets some water out,
little bottle of water.
Yeah, and takes it with him, and just literally, I think he walks into the pantry. I'm not sure that's actually the exit.
I like the fact that he turns around, just has a little look, gives us a nod, and leaves.
Yeah,
he's happy with what he's done.
Yeah,
it always amused me, that nod. It's like totally pointless.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
We cut to Segal's house, which looks to be just made of pure glass.
Yeah, it looks very nice.
It's totally see-through.
Yeah, it looks very nice. It's probably not the best for a covert agent because everyone would just see him.
His daughter phones him. Yeah, I think she's backpacking through Thailand with her mates.
She's left lots of food for him because she's gone away, and she's left little notes on it. It's similar to in Commando, when the little girl, she used to do stuff like that, didn't she, for John Matrix?
It kind of does remind me of Commando anyway, this film.
I'll tell you what it reminds me of. It's bloody Taken, isn't it?
Oh, yeah,
The whole film of Taken is just this film, but with Liam Neeson instead of Seagal.
Yeah.
And this was 5 years before Taken.
Yeah.
So all you Taken fans out there, yeah. That's the end. I didn't really have anything.
Yeah, the post-it notes telling him to take his vitamins and shit.
Yeah, no red meat.
Yeah.
Which I don't know what I mean. Surely some red meat.
And his favourite lemon chicken.
Oh, yum yum.
There's a picture of his dead wife on a shrine. That's the only thing you ever see or hear about her.
Yeah. I think they talk about her a little bit. He occasionally fingers his ring.
Just to clarify that comment, he still wears his wedding ring.
Yeah, I don't know why I said that.
When he's alone at night in one scene, he does, turns onto his back and fingers his ring. Remembering how his wife used to do the same.
He's a haunted man. It's Jake Hopper. It's the only way he gets sleep.
He says, put me on the phone to Bryce. And Bryce is, I think, her boyfriend.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It doesn't last long enough for us to delve into any of that.
Yeah, and Bryce says, no, she says, how do you know? And he was like, because I'm Steven fucking Seagal.
Yeah, you dickhead. Because I've seen the script.
Bryce does ask, why didn't you tell your dad about me? And she says, because he's protective. But no shit. Steven Seagal, of course he is.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus Christ. Who the fuck is Bryce?
Bryce?
We don't know Bryce. I know, I'm protective over as well. Who's Bryce?
Yeah.
That's what I want to know. I mean, she met him out there. No effect, not being stereotypical or anything, but he does appear to be Thai. So did he meet, what's going on? I don't know the story.
Ken, sit down.
Well, he may be protective, but I don't know. Bryce from Adam, I think, is the other guy that they're with. Yeah.
Yes, Adam, yes. Yeah. Yeah, he's overprotective. He's hard to kill.
Yeah, but...
Not you.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
They're splashing around in the water anyway.
It does look nice.
It does, yeah.
It looks a lovely place.
There are some nice shots, actually, of Thailand and stuff like that in this film. And this militia turn up.
Yeah, just after they've heard on the news, or they haven't heard on the news because they're not listening, because they're frolicking, about some sort of terrorist group and a bomb going off and stuff.
I tell you why they haven't heard about the news, because it's the me generation, isn't it? I don't care about what's happening in the world as long as I get to swim in the fucking lagoon.
Well, to be honest, they do actually shout at Adam. I'm going to call him Adam now after that. Hey, put the music back on. And he tries to find the music. So rather than bring any actual music, they're relying on Thailand radio to provide them with hits that they know. Which
they do seem to know the generic guitar music that's playing.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, it doesn't last long.
No.
Because, the terrorists appear almost as if scripted. Yes. They appear instantly after we hear about them on the news.
They know exactly where these 4 kids backpacking through the jungle are.
Well, that's how it happens, the militia. They've got high intelligence.
Out of the water! Quickly!
Hey, we can have all our money.
It's not about the money.
One guy, he raises up his machete and just beheads Adam, I believe. Well, you don't see it, but I'm assuming that's what happens.
There's a lot of blood, and it's instant, isn't it?
Yeah.
The first two, very, very slowly he does that.
The first 2 kills in this, you get a close-up shot of blood going into something, and with this, it's the water.
Yes, the beautiful lagoon.
They kidnap the 2 girls that are there. Seagal's daughter.
Bryce is dead.
Yeah, Bryce says, just take our money, and he says, and the main guy of the militia says, this isn't about money, and shoots him in the head. So Bryce is dead.
Yeah, but who is Bryce? I'm still not happy about Bryce.
He was undercover.
No, of course he wasn't. Although, yeah, why not? It's another plot twist they're not bothered to explain.
Back in Hawaii, there's a little tiny agent.
Who would he be undercover for? Steven Seagal,
The radio station.
undercover reporter,
Yeah.
trying to find out where these terrorists are.
Yeah, trying to find out if anyone listens to this radio. Obviously not. Fucking turned it off.
Well, he'll never get to feed that back to them, will he? Because he's dead. He's been shot in the face.
Yeah, there's a little tiny Asian that turns up at Seagal's door. He's about 4'5", I think.
Did you say Asian?
Agent.
Oh, I was going to say that's a bit racist.
CIA. It's about the mixtape. I think it's his mixtape.
Yeah. Well, it's a good job he's so small because Steven Seagal's hidden it so high up that only Steven Seagal can find it. It's just on top of a beam.
The shot as well is of Seagal. It's like you see his feet come down the stairs, and just because of the way it's filmed, Seagal has to. He's carrying a gun and he has to have it quite far out to his side. It just looks really odd the way he's walking down the stairs with this gun in his hand.
Plus, because of all the windows, whoever's at the door can see that he's got a gun.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, it's just weird. There's no element of surprise in that house.
Saw him doing his risky business slide across the floor.
Yeah, practicing.
He's called Agent Tom. That's what we found out, isn't it? Tom Collins.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Yeah.
I think we find that out later on, isn't it?
Way later.
Just because he's called Tom, isn't he, for now?
Yeah, but I think it's like 5 minutes before the end of the film you find out his name's Tom Collins.
Yeah, which is weird.
Tells him his daughter and her girl mate have been kidnapped. Seagal is absolutely distraught by this. Probably.
I like that. Yeah, probably. He shows no emotion at all,
He
really.
just stares at him.
Just kind of looks at him a bit. Yeah, apparently it's been accredited to the well, I've written this one down. Abu Karaf, the terrorist group.
Yeah, he whispers, "You're kidding me." It's like he's gone to his butchers and they've not got his special.
You want to see my special meat, do you?
Yeah. He's not got his pocket meat.
To be honest, I think he'd be a lot angrier if that had happened. He'd have probably taken that place apart.
He asks, is she okay? And Tom hands him a newspaper.
It says, no, she's not okay.
Because while Seagal's doing Black Ops on the side, Tom is also the paper boy, I believe.
Yeah, well, he's, got to make a living.
Yeah, and he says, she's alive. And as Ken says, it's the Abu Karaf. And they're the terrorist group responsible for the explosion that you hear about briefly on the radio before it's changed over. Cut to CIA headquarters. Because I think at this point, Seagal's just like, right, I am going to Thailand.
But he doesn't say it. He just sort of stares at nothing.
Yeah.
With his little squinty eyes.
Steven Seagal doesn't
I just did the little squinty eyes then, I don't know why.
He doesn't really make eye contact with anyone in this film. When he talks to people, he's always standing off to the side of them or looking down or away, as if remembering something from his past.
Well, he's got a lot to remember.
We meet Agent Leon Washington.
Yeah.
He's played by the cousin of Arsenal legend Ian Wright.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Patrick Robinson.
I'll tell you, Patrick Washington.
Sorry?
Patrick Washington.
Who's that?
Isn't that his name?
His character name is Leon Washington. His
bloody hell, yeah.
His actor is...
Well, that'd have been a weird coincidence, wouldn't it? If they just kept his surname.
It's Patrick Washington.
Patrick Robinson.
Sorry, fucking Patrick Robinson. Jesus
Who are you,
Christ.
Patrick? If you're out there, just clear this up for us.
I'm going to talk about him later because I think he is the most useless character in this whole...
I'll tell you who he is.
Go on.
He was Ash in Casualty. On British
Long
TV
running.
for years and years. And that's why I looked him up. Obviously, I got his name wrong when I did look him up. But I did look him up to say, is that Ash from Casualty? And yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a surprise to me that it actually was him.
Yeah.
And that he's gone from being an orderly in the hospital to suddenly being out there as a top CIA guy.
I mean, any actor...
well done to him.
Any British actor gets their start in the soaps and things like that. I mean, I think your mate Scott Adkins, he got his start in...
He was in EastEnders, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think he did like Doctors as well as like little bits and pieces.
Patrick Robinson was also in The Bill.
Yeah,
which
I think everyone is, isn't they?
Used to be the kind of the spot. You get one little guest starring. But yeah, he was in that as well.
Yeah, we get some backstory about the Abu Karaf, which isn't really important, so I'm not really going to go over it.
Yeah, it just tells us the name of the guy. Mong Kol is the name of the leader of the Abu Karaf.
Yeah, and a little bit about Jay Copper that we talked about before, that they say he's a good man. I trained under him for 2 years in Southeast Asia. He's been out for 10 years, though. And then the general asks, where is he?
Yeah, no, just say, where is Hopper now?
And he says, on a plane to Thailand. And then the general says a few things that you would never be able to do to Segal. He says, sit on him. If he starts...
Oh, you say that, but Lulu later on.
If he starts making waves, pick him up and send him back home. I don't think you're going to be able to do any of that shit to Segal.
He's not bloody schoolboy, is he? back home with you. Come on.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
It's Thailand, and we see a massive giant of a man walking through the streets.
He looks absolutely phenomenal in this. He is a massive man.
Just compared to everyone else in Thailand.
It's like the mountain. It's brilliant.
He gets in the first taxi that he sees, and the taxi driver's loud-mouthing all the way. Takes him down a side alley.
He's not having it either, is he?
No.
Jake's not having it. He's not there for... all he keeps hearing is, oh yeah, we've got the best girls. We'll show you where all the girls are. Well, he actually is there for the girls, but not the way the taxi driver's meaning.
He's like, just take me to my hotel, please. And he takes him down this alleyway, and 4 guys appear from the front. And I was thinking, that's a good thing they know... You know, I didn't realise that the taxi driver's in on this, because I was thinking, that's a good thing that they were there. And then 4 guys behind, so he's ambushed. And the taxi driver says the ride is over and pulls a gun. Segal disarms him.
He just slaps that gun out of his hand, doesn't he? And backhands him in the nose.
He slaps him in the face.
He falls out the car.
Somehow.
Some power. The power in that.
And he runs into a market, and this is where
he just kind of walks, doesn't he?
Well,
Kind of strolls.
runs,
he strolls in, which is weird because like these guys have just seen that happen, but they're still not there. They're still like away from him, so they're not running either until they actually get to the market. But Segal's just sort of like wandering into a market. After all that, he's like, yeah, whatever.
This is our big action set piece.
It's a very good one, actually.
It is good.
It's brief, but yeah. And this is the first time that you see the director's style, and that's totally different to Segal's normal style.
Yeah, there's a lot of wire work in it. The final hits, these guys will fly like 2 or 3 feet back high into the air.
I don't even mind that bit.
No, I don't.
I don't mind that because it just sort of gives you some sort of the power that he's got, because he is massive, and it's the other bit that I didn't like, the bit where he leaps and does a like jump spin kick, that she's Van Damme's territory, was never Segal's forte.
That's blurred as well, isn't it?
It's just
weird.
Well, it's just so you can see it's not him.
Yeah,
but I mean, we know it's not him. It's like, Jesus Christ, he was out of breath when he did the somersault at the beginning.
Or the tumble.
He's sliding around. He's knackered. There's no way he's jumping up in the middle of a market.
I think in true Garth Marenghi's Dark Place fashion as well, anything that didn't have dialogue in this film was considered for slow motion.
Yeah.
There is slow motion in a lot of this.
It's Hong Kong, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just like John Woo. Unfortunately, there was no doves in this, because I think he copyrighted that.
It's a bit halfway through the action where Segal stops to do some hand signs, and then the camera zooms in on his face.
It's good, honestly. I enjoyed this scene, apart from the ridiculous high kicks that he's not doing. Yeah, it just makes you wonder why, because as I mentioned, you know it's not him.
I'd say he's in about a quarter of this fight scene, Segal.
Yeah, but when he is, he's good. I like it. I mean, the close combat ones. Yeah, I'll go for that. That's him.
Yeah, anything where a gun is disarmed or anything like that is Segal.
And these guys are flying everywhere. They're flying into all kinds of market stalls, which is why I always felt sorry for the people who ran these things, ran the stalls, because they just get blown, like, just smashed to bits. People falling all over it. That's their day ruined, isn't it? Can't sell that.
Yeah, I do like the blurred effect on the around the house kick.
Yeah. yeah, that's a good kick, that one.
I put nicely done fight scene. It was good.
That was one of Dom's friends, by the way, who mispronounced the roundhouse kick to the round the house kick. Just in case you think that we don't know the difference.
Yeah. There's a shot of a Thailand wizard.
Yeah.
Just walking through the fucking market.
That sounds like some sort of national team.
The Thailand
Wizards.
Yeah.
But yeah, there is. Yeah, he's a very unusual sort of shamanistic kind of guy. Just sort of like pops in, has a little look, hangs about a bit, and vanishes. He's in it again later on, but no idea.
Yeah, you need to remember him 5 minutes into the film because he'll turn up again in an hour and 30 minutes.
Yeah, and you still don't know who he is.
No,
and then it's the end.
Yeah,
so yeah, but you still remember him at least.
Segal strong arms the last guy, and he's asking him questions, and then the shaman sort of looks at the guy, and there's some quick cuts between the two of them. And then the guy who Segal's holding just screams out and runs away at pace. Segal just stares after him. The guy stands on a tomato as he's getting away. He slips, slides across a frozen fish stall head first, straight into a butcher's knife that's stuck into the table.
Yeah, big cleaver straight in his face.
And he dies.
Yeah. Well, it's happened before, hasn't it? It's health and safety nightmare, that place.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I'd like to have thought that Jake Hopper had sort of rolled that tomato under his feet.
Yeah.
There's even tomatoes are weapons when it comes to ex-CIA.
Well, I watched the deleted scenes, and that tomato, it comes out of his trouser leg.
Just drops it down and just kicks it.
Two of them.
Don't get my...
This is where we meet the army general.
Yeah, I called him General Cheekbones.
Yeah.
I actually called him Colonel Cheekbones, then realised he was a general and thought that was even better because he's just got general cheekbones. They're incredible, his cheekbones.
Yeah,
Segal better watch out for his cheekbones, to be honest with you. You have like registered weapons as your hands and feet and that, but his cheekbones are devastating.
Yeah, it's just basically to just introduce you to some more characters, and they're fighting against the Abu Karaf terrorists.
He has a meeting, doesn't he? He says, "Oh, yeah, we're working with the CIA to stop this from happening." And some guy, I don't know, some sort of like official guy, just says, and it's made me laugh because I thought, yeah, that's good instruction. And he just says, "Don't let this get out of control." And I thought, yeah, probably will, won't it?
Yeah.
Probably will, you know.
Don't let out of control as they're unloading bodies off a chopper.
Yeah, from God knows where. I don't even know where they all came from.
Yeah.
Flying in dead bodies from all over the place.
Yeah, meanwhile at the strip club.
Yeah, straight in.
Yeah, you see, there's a lot of people. This is the most popular strip club.
I don't know. I wrote down strip club, but I'm not sure if they're strippers. Because none of them actually strip. They're just there sort of dancing in bikinis and that. So I don't know what kind of place this is.
I mean,
I'd like it to have been strippers.
You meat the girl and the guy's like, she's paid for. So I'm assuming they're sort of, anyway.
Just a dance club.
There's lots of, young kids having a good time dancing, and then
and then an absolute behemoth.
You hear him before you. It's like Jurassic Park. Just this massive
drinks and moving.
And it's Segal. You couldn't find someone that looks less out of place than Segal in this fucking strip club in Thailand.
More out of place.
Yeah, sorry, more out of place. Not less out of place. He's fucking loving it.
Yeah, he's there dancing.
He's making it rain with the $1 bills.
Yeah, he's flinging them out.
This girl runs straight into him, and
I don't know if it is dollars anyway. Is it baht?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So this girl runs towards Segal and asks her to save him.
Well, I don't know. I don't think she does.
Does she not?
No, he just decides he will because he's fucking Steven Seagal.
He steps.
He don't like that shit.
You see, there's sort of some young kids chasing. Well, not young kids. They're probably sort of 20. They're chasing after her. One guy's got really bad teeth, which they just try and show off throughout the whole scene.
Yeah, it's not necessary, but
yeah. And I like the dialogue in this. He says,
"What's your problem, Junior?"
Hey, asshole! You calling me a junior? Huh?
You look like Junior.
Oh, you think you're tough, huh? She's already paid for, man, so it got nothing to do with you.
I work for club, not you.
What the fuck you mean you working for the club, bitch? You work for me.
Listen, why don't you go back to your own genetic puddle and go for a swim, boy?
Yeah. It's just unnecessarily long-winded insults, isn't it?
Yeah, Segal lays them all out.
Yeah, if you just do that in the first place, just punch him in the face and stuff. Yeah, takes them all out anyway. Smashes through some tables.
Yeah, arm break.
As they often do. Yeah. Snaps an arm. All good fun.
And then this guy turns up and he knows Jake.
Yeah, he's the owner. Yeah, he comes in. What's going on here? Obviously, they haven't got any sort of security or anything in this club full of scantily clad women. It's the owner who just looks after it all.
Yeah.
I was expecting at this point, when you found out they knew each other, he's like, Jake? And I thought they would do a, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
It's a lost opportunity. Because I think every film should have one of those.
Yeah.
Where you find, when you finally see somebody like that.
So, yeah, they're sitting at a table. Segal says, we got a problem. And his mate says, that's not like you, Jake, Mr. Clean. You're the cleanest man I've ever known.
He doesn't say that, does he?
No.
That's hard to kill.
Yeah. There's something about...
You're the cleanest man O'Malley ever know.
Yeah. Something about Mr. Clean. You're the cleanest man. Yeah, we get it.
It's everyone else. Everyone else is the problem. It's never Big Steve.
Yeah.
Although he does allude to, I'm a bad man in some of the films, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I'm a good man who does bad things. Stuff like that,
He says, no, it's not that.
So what's up? You here on business, or?
Got a little problem.
It's not like you, Jake. Mr. Clean.
That's nothing like that. It's Jessica. I'm afraid she's been kidnapped.
Don't be afraid.
Yeah. He also doesn't think it's the Abu Karaf. Straight away, he's skeptical about the whole thing.
This guy, by the way, is Fitch McCoy, who we mentioned earlier.
Fitch McCoy.
It's such a stupid name. It's difficult to even say because it's like you're deliberately saying McQuaid wrong.
Yeah, I was actually
Fitch
looking at it.
Well. He's called Fitch.
Yeah, I was actually looking at it written down like, is that supposed to be McQuaid? Or is that...
I don't know.
Apparently, Jessica's friend is the daughter of a senator.
Winthorpe.
Senator Winthorpe, yes.
She's now just known as the Winthorpe girl.
Yeah.
I don't even know if we ever find out her name.
Yeah, nothing to do with Segal. It's just a coincidence. And this actually, at one point, you actually think that it isn't a coincidence. Later on, when there's one point when Segal's daughter is looked like she's going to get her head cut off, and the captain says, "No,
we need her alive.
We need her alive, but you don't need her." Because I wrote down, "Oh, so maybe it is about Segal." But no, it isn't. It is actually about Senator Winthorpe.
To be honest, they probably thought we'll keep it in if somebody thinks about it. Good, and you did. So they worked, didn't it?
They've won.
Yeah. Damn those bloody terrorists.
Yeah, Segal says it's just a coincidence.
Yeah, even he's not bothered about it. He's like, yeah, whatever. I'm just going to go and kill them all. So
Steven Segal is just a coincidence.
I'd still watch that. I watched one of his the other day. It was awful.
A recent one?
General Commander. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Absolutely awful.
He says, listen,
I'd have preferred General Cheekbones.
We all would.
They'd have called it that.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Listen, Fitch. I've been out the game for 10 years. I need some goddamn help.
Son of a bitch. That's what McCoy should have done under his breath. Son of a bitch.
You clean bastard. All the way through this as well,
I ought to have
Segal.
known when you walk back in here for Jake. You're nothing but trouble. You son of a bitch, I'm in.
And all the way through that scene as well, if you do rewatch it, Segal is just not looking at him at all. Fitch is sitting there actually staring at him as he talks, and Segal's just looking off around the club and down at his hands.
It's because it's full of bloody strippers, that's why. That's what I'd be doing. He's lucky I've sat down at this point. I'd be in a private room. Just throwing money away.
And Fitch has been out the CIA for a while, but he says, I'll try and use my old contacts at the... Did he say at the Bureau? No, he didn't say at the Bureau, does he?
He knows stuff, Fitch.
Yeah, and he's going to see
you
what
don't
he
get
can...
an ex-CIA guy out there in the middle of Thailand without keeping his hand in.
He's going to see what he can find out. Segal says to him, do the best you can, you hear? And Fitch says, I'll do whatever it takes, Jake.
Quite right.
Fitch McCoy is eager to please.
That sounds horrible, that film. I wouldn't watch that.
The stripper he saved, she asks him if he wants to go for some food, and he says, I'm not hungry.
Yeah, I've noticed that. Yeah,
like,
yeah, right.
That's what.
Nobody's believing that. I believe that less than it's all a coincidence.
Yeah. And he just goes back to the hotel.
And fingers his ring. Doesn't he? He does, because he plays with his wedding ring. And
he just goes back to the hotel and fingers his ring all night instead.
Well, and we get a little cut to his daughter who's praying to her dead mum.
She says, Mama.
Just killed a man. No, she doesn't.
Then it cuts to Segal. I see a little silhouette of a man.
That would be great. A little musical interlude. Scaramouche.
That's
Fitch McCoy. Just pops in. Yeah, it's a lovely scene. Unnecessary.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't happen. No, but she does pray to her mum and says, please find Dad.
Yeah, we're going to need his help.
Yeah, which is true, because they're pretty up shit creek, aren't they, right now?
Yeah, and that's when it cuts to him fingering his ring.
He's still doing it, yeah. Anyway, he wakes up.
Yeah, and this is the Segal we know, because now he's in full ceremonial robes.
Yeah, really unknown why. He's suddenly just dressed up in robes now.
He's in a small boat on the way to the Buddhist temple.
On a slow boat to China. That was one of the songs off his albums, by the way.
Was it?
Yeah, very good song.
I said I must be on a slow boat to China. Lord, why can't you give me what I need?
We see a flashback of Sunti getting shot, just in case you forgot that.
Oh, I had at this time, obviously. So it was nice to get the reminder that he'd been shot after, of course, he shot the innocent woman.
Yeah, holding the toddler.
Of course, the reason we get that is because Seagal's deliberately heading straight to Sunti's temple.
And not like a roundhouse kick or anything.
Not around the house kick.
Not a round the house kick to his head. He's a monk now.
Yeah, he's off to the temple. Sunti's there. Spots Seagal, obviously. At this point, Seagal actually looked happy to see him as well. I thought that was quite convincing that he seemed pleased and he was laughing. And
yeah, I think he likes the whole monk.
Obviously.
Yeah, he likes all that
it's
shit.
Very big, isn't it?
Like
It's
Buddhism and stuff.
Very big part of it.
How did Seagal know he was at the temple?
I don't know.
Do you reckon that's Fitch coming in with the intel?
Well, I don't know. I mean, he didn't ask about that, did he?
No.
Specifically known where he was, but he does.
This is when it's really obvious dubbing on Seagal.
It's weird because when obviously Sunti just breaks rank whilst he's going through some sort of ceremony, just goes, oh Jesus Christ, it's bloody Jake, I better go and see him. Doesn't say that. But then he just walks out of line, goes to see him. He says, how are the wounds? And it's like, it's been 10 fucking years. Of course they're healed. They're still bleeding, are they?
And then he says, and how is your heart?
That's the bit. I think that's why he said, how are the wounds?
Yeah.
Because he must have known they're all healed. I mean, he's not a doctor, but still 10 years.
This is when Sunti gives Seagal some flowers and then they walk around the garden holding hands for a bit.
It's beautiful.
It's a lovely scene.
Yeah, that's true as well. That
Yeah.
is a true bit. That's not made up.
He tells Sunti...
he says his heart, by the way, if you're interested in how is his heart, just get in there.
Yeah. Beautiful.
It's a beautiful moment.
I'm glad we went back to cover that.
Well, you can't just ask how someone's heart is and then not give them the update.
Yeah.
People are hanging on every word.
It's Jessica. She's been kidnapped.
What? By who?
Well, they're saying the Abu Qaraf, but I don't think so.
Is there anything I can do?
Your prayers. I'm gonna go see Playa John Paitun.
And
It is just somebody whispering. It's not Steven Seagal at all saying any of this, which is weird because he seems to be saying it. So why? But they've done this before and other films where he leaves after filming and then they have to redo some of it during editing and stuff for post-production and that.
Yeah,
and he just doesn't go back. So
Seagal's
they have to get
not
somebody else to do it.
He's not doing any ADR.
He's not going back, is he? Mind you, it's Thailand. I probably would. He could have done it down the phone, really.
Yeah.
I mean, most of his stuff he's dialed in, isn't it? So he might as well just have phoned him up.
I like how Sunti asks by who, and he gives the exact same line for line speech about the Abu Karaf and how he's unsure of them because they're Muslims. You don't get Muslims this far. Not. He says the exact same thing to Fitch, and then it's just exactly repeated again.
Well, that's a sign that it's true.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he'd have changed his story because he forgot the details. But he must know this is true.
Well, of course it is. Of course it's the Abu Karaf.
Yeah.
Is there anything I can do? And then Segal says, your prayers. Do your prayers. And then he leaves.
Stay in school.
Yeah, drink your milk.
And eat your vegetables and don't throw tomatoes under people's feet. Bad things can happen.
It looks like he's guilt tripped Sunty into...
Of course he has. Sunty's like, I tell you what, fuck this monk shit. I'm out of here. I'm going to go and kill people.
Yeah, he's turned his back on 10 years of being a monk as soon as Segal fucking holds his hand.
As soon as he turns up.
One fucking walk around the garden is enough for
whispering.
Sunty.
Yeah, he's whispering sweet nothings.
Yeah.
Not somebody was whispering, it wasn't him, was it?
Yeah, he talks to the master of the temple, and the master is very, very frail looking.
He's a very unusual man.
Yeah.
He doesn't talk well.
No.
I know it's not his native language, but later on he talks Thai, and he doesn't talk well then either. He seems to struggle to talk. I think he's got no teeth.
He looks like a turtle out of its shell.
Yeah. That's not very nice, is it? I think we're kind of... It's like bullying this, isn't it? You can't bully a master of the temple. If you're out there listening, he's probably dead. If you're out there listening, I apologise. He's definitely dead, isn't he?
I would have thought
Probably.
so. No, you look dead in the film. And got about halfway through
Yeah, he's a Buddhist, so he's reincarnated. So if he's listening to this, Jesus, man, come on, sorry.
Segal, he spots movement under his room door.
Under his robe.
And yeah, bloody.
That's what I thought you were about to say.
And then
it's the belly of the beast rumbling.
2 tomatoes fall out of his robe.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
And what he does is he smashes through his own door, and then I think he would have been able to tell that it was this girl by that point. He still just grabs her and throws her against the wall. And it turns out it's just Lulu.
Lulu, who's inexplicably brought food.
Yeah, it looks like a bag of shit.
Well,
just on the side.
He'd still eat it though, wouldn't he?
Probably, unless he's not hungry.
Yeah. He's brought those little pre-packed meals that his daughter left him in Tupperware at home.
Some lemon chicken.
Yeah, it is his favourite.
Sunty turns up straight away, so he must have been in the boat behind him. All the way there. Segal's just ignoring him.
He's just looking in the distance all mystically. I didn't even notice he's passenger.
Segal doesn't even seem surprised at all. That
He kind of says, oh, why are you here? And he says, well, I owe you my life. He says, you don't owe me anything.
Yeah. He takes about 20 seconds to try and convince him to not do it.
He says, are you sure? He's like, yeah. He's like, fair dues. And then he says, and then he's got a lead for him already. So I don't know.
Unbelievable.
I mean, I know Fitch McCoy had a lead almost immediately, but then he was ex-CIA. This guy's a monk who's been living in a monastery for 10 years, and he's already got some sort of intel on what could be happening. Still, you know, and at this point, I lost track of people's names.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to look this guy up.
Yeah, Sunty, he tells us about...
Got him.
What's his name?
Fernand Zadir.
Yeah,
that's the name I couldn't remember, so I've just looked that up.
He's an arms dealer, and there's going to be a deal going down.
And I'll tell you what's weird about this, right? Because Jake asks who he is, and he says he started in furniture, but soon moved into bigger things. And he's like, arms. How does that happen? How do you start, being a furniture salesman, and then suddenly start selling guns and, like military-grade weapons to people?
In fairness to Segal, I think he means like the arms of the chair. So, yeah, they plan to turn up at this arms deal and see if it leads them back to the girls. Segal likes the plan. He says, let's do it.
Jake, you know I'll do anything for you. I owe you my life.
Brother, listen to me. You don't owe me anything, but thank you.
Listen, I may have a lead for you. A man by the name of Fernand Zadir, French Arab.
Who is he?
Algeria originally, then France. Been here 15 years. Started in furniture, but soon moved into bigger stuff.
Bigger stuff meaning arms.
Yes. And you know who runs most of his business for him?
Exactly. Let's do it.
That's what he says.
Let's
do it. And they're on their way. They go to see... Oh, yeah, I've got it written down here. Fernand... I've got Zadia. What is it? Zafia?
It's Zadia.
Zadia.
I wrote down, we meet Padans, because I couldn't understand what they were saying. So, having looked it up, it makes... Yeah. Fernand Zadia. But Padans, that's not that far off.
Yeah.
Padans?
It's a bit of a wasted...
Fernand Zadia?
Yeah.
It's close enough.
It's a bit of a wasted trip for Segal there to see Zadia. Because they wait in the
He gets a slow motion walk by, though, doesn't he?
Yeah.
From Lena.
Yeah.
We'll get to Lena in a minute.
I actually didn't even realise that was who that was. I thought the first time we saw her was at the deal, but yeah. Zadia just says nothing, and Segal's like,
yeah,
okay.
he's basically he's talking to Lena, and we were overhearing it. I don't think Hopper and Sunty are overhearing it, but we're overhearing this conversation, saying he's got the cops in his pocket and it'll all be okay. And then Segal says, "Who's the girl?" He says, "Oh, that's Lena." And I don't really know who she's supposed to be, to be honest. I don't. Just someone called Lena.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's the end of that bit. And then she leaves the meeting with Fernand, and Jake walks over, towering over everyone again. He had a slow motion walk by from Lena and Hopper, where they just stare at each other. And Lena is a man. Quite obviously a man.
Obviously, from the moment I first saw her.
And I think later on that's supposed to be some sort of like, oh my
big
goodness,
reveal,
look at that, it's a man. But it's quite obvious it's a man.
Prominent Adam's apple, and
yeah, but still, in this they get a slow mo walk by anyway.
And Lena sees Segal and gets a little woody,
which is a drink off the menu. Downs it, burps.
Yeah, it's a shot glass filled with whipped cream at the top.
Got it all over his face.
He goes to see after Zadia says, fuck off, Segal, and he's
basically saying, "Look, I'm sorry, I can't help you at all."
Yeah,
and he just says, "Just pass on the message."
That was pretty good.
Thanks.
Yeah.
It didn't really sound like him to me, but maybe it sounded better through the headphones.
I think it was the actual facial expression of it, which would be lost to all of you, but that was brilliant, believe me.
Yeah, if only we were filming this.
Thank God we're not.
Massively unprofessional.
He goes to see Fitch McCoy?
Fitch McCoy.
Fitch McCoy to ask about Zadia. Fitch says to Segal, "I'm going to get you laid, even if it kills me."
Yeah, which is a weird thing, and totally unprovoked.
He seems very jokey considering Segal's fucking daughter's missing. He's just saying, "I'm going to get you laid." He's like, actually, I'm trying to find my fucking daughter, Fitch.
Yeah, pack it in, McCoy.
And Fitch says that he doesn't know Zadia. And Lulu walks Segal to the door, and this is when she says, "Let's go and speak in private."
She's a bit of a pain in the arse, to be honest, isn't she? Just following him around.
Yeah.
All he did was save her from some idiots. If they'd have got doormen, if they'd got real proper security in that club, that wouldn't have happened anyway.
Fitch lied to you about Zadia. That's what she says. And he says, "How do you know that?" "I've seen him at the club."
Oh my God.
And then Segal just says, "What else?"
Not much.
Yeah. She says, "Nothing. I've just seen him."
Okay, thanks. Bye.
I've only been working there 3 months, Stephen.
What's she been doing before? Maybe you should have a little backstory for Lulu.
Yeah. And then she starts asking him why he's here, and he's very vague, obviously, because he doesn't give a fuck about her.
But he does say, "I want you to do something for me." And apparently that's just to totally ransack the office, which is stealth itself.
I will say in that scene, he there's her on one side of the table, and then him on the other. He looks like some sort of giant,
some sort of Hulk, isn't he?
Yeah, and he's sweating.
Of course he is. He's in a bloody strip bar.
Yeah, dressed in his fucking robe.
All robed up.
No one else is dressed like that. Have you noticed that?
Even people from Thailand.
No one in Thailand is wearing robes. Oh God!
It's just his dressing gown, isn't it? It's just where he just forgot to get dressed. Yeah. He's got his hotel gown they gave him when he moved in,
and slippers. She does. She goes through Fitch's office, and then he gets a fax, of all things.
Yeah, it's quite amusing actually. Because I actually thought, as if you'd send him a bloody fax
I know.
that says, "Have you meeting all arranged?"
Yeah.
and then gives you the details of the meeting.
And then rings him straight away anyway.
Well, he rings him up and says, "What, you fucking idiot! Or you sending me a fax?"
Yeah.
And he actually does say that. If the boss finds out, he'll fucking kill you. Are the words he says.
He'll eat your little nuts.
The words he doesn't say. We don't even know he's on the phone.
Maybe it's Lena.
Maybe it's General Little Nuts.
just general little nuts.
Got no idea. Salted, roasted, whatever. They're just not very big.
I like how his office is literally just behind a little
like a curtain.
Little curtain.
Yeah, you got no door or anything.
Yeah, and no bouncer on the door or anything.
He bounces at all, has he? I told you.
He rips the fax up. He says, "No, I'm not going to be at the meeting," and rips the fax up.
Yeah,
and
which
says,
makes it even more pointless to send him it. So whoever the hell this guy is, who's sending him a fax of stuff that he's not going to do. What an idiot.
Yeah, and he's the one that sort of blows the whole film wide open.
Yeah,
out.
This is like a massive revelation that apparently you can't trust Fitch McQuoid.
The next day, Segal and Sunti, they're driving to the location. It's the Sangtom train yard shootout.
And it's a fantastic scene.
Yeah, because the actual fax, I've got it written here. It says, "Attention Fitch, deal set up. Sangtom train yard tomorrow, 12:30. Wear something low cut." But he's not even going, so I don't know what the hell's going on. This guy.
Thankfully, Jake Hopper is wearing a little off-the-shoulder number.
Yeah.
Off the massive shoulder number.
And by that we mean he's just got his robe open, like a drunk dad.
Robocop.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
At this point, right, that fax, that even gives his name, so he can't even say, "Oh yeah, it must have come here by accident."
Yeah.
They've named him, they've told him where it is, when it is. It's like, Jesus Christ. That'll get you killed, that kind of stupid behaviour.
Fucking, what the hell are you doing, salted little nuts?
General Nuts, get in here.
Where's your son, Little Nuts?
Private Nuts.
Just in the corner, very shy.
Just hiding.
Vern, he describes this as one of the action highlights of the movie.
Yeah, I agree. I've written outstanding action sequence.
I wrote blatant manners woman. This is the first time I noticed her, so I must have blacked out.
Oh, yeah, he fancied her in the first bit. Yeah, he was like, "Whoa, look at Lena." Yeah, General Nuts all over the place.
I said, "Is that a man or a woman? Where's Kelly LeBrock when you need her?" Just a little peep.
She'll have a peep.
Please wake up.
There's cash exchanged between what's her name, Lena and the head of the Abu Karaf,
Monkol.
But there looks to be an ambush on Monkol.
Yeah, I mean, there's already a double cross in action because people are sneaking around with guns whilst other people already there with guns. So you know something's going down.
What I want to know though, Ken, is what will Segal do in this situation?
Well, I'm glad you say, because he explains what he's going to do.
This is very odd. I've never seen this in a Segal film.
I like it.
Yeah,
he explains what's happening, and he explains the options that they've got.
Yeah.
It's like a choose your own adventure.
It's almost like Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, it's like choose your own adventure. Do we A, shoot the guy who's about to snipe Monkol, thus letting everyone know we're here and starting off a massive fight? Or do we just let Monkol get killed and just go home?
Yeah, and
go get some lemon chicken or something.
Yeah, lose their only lead to the girls.
Yeah.
It's quite the conundrum.
Well, it's not really, is it? Because
he doesn't even ask Sunti for his input.
He just says that's the options, and I think we're going to go for the first one.
Okay, somebody up there about to snipe Monkol. If I let him do that, I could lose the only link to my daughter, and I can't let that happen. If I shoot him, a whole world of trouble's gonna come down on us. You know that, right? Yeah. Here we go.
And he does, and he shoots him. He shoots this sniper, shoots him so violently, he propels him through wood.
That's a hell of a distance away for a handgun.
He's a bloody expert.
Yeah,
okay.
the guy needed a sniper just to
shoot someone next to him.
Yes, and then Segal's double the distance from that with a handgun, shoots him straight through the wall.
But so many times that he bursts through wood.
And then all hell breaks loose.
Of course it does. You get a generic guitar riff playing all the way through this now. You get an action riff.
Lena just walks slowly back to the car like nothing's going on. Segal throws himself through this fucking train car, through the wood. Like, if he'd done that in reality, he'd just hit the ground fucking unconscious.
Not even through a window, but actually through the side of the carriage.
Yeah,
It's a fantastic scene, though. It really is. It really is fantastic. I love that.
He's firing through midair, and by the time it takes him to smash through the wood and hit the ground, he's shot 3 people 4 or 5 times each.
Yeah.
Before he hits the ground
with one gun. So I don't know how many he's got in that clip, but he's spent it all. He also has a standoff with Moncol where they have guns drawn on each other, but they can kind of sense that they're not the enemy.
No.
It's one of those moments where, obviously if he'd have just shot him, he'd have had no time to do anything, because it's a bit weird when they do that. Sunti, meanwhile, he finally shoots the right person. So he kills a bad guy, and then has a little bit of a flashback, just so you can see that it's still there. The pain's still there. Pain runs.
When Segal, when he's flying through the air and he actually lands on a small little wooden truck thing that's...
Yeah, a little train car.
That's on the train tracks.
It's similar to something that you used to have in cartoons, in the Western cartoons.
They used to hand pump to move. Yeah, it is like that. And he pushes off from the wall with his foot, and it's the slowest... Is it supposed to be slow motion or something? Or is that just normal speed?
It's not though, is it? You can see it's not slow motion. It's real speed, because the gunfire is normal.
Yeah. And he's going so slow along these tracks, just shooting people.
He doesn't really give himself a lot of push, does he? It's kind of like he just kind of knocks it a little bit. I love that bit, actually. That's another bit that I used to remember laughing at. But still, he still manages to shoot everyone, and they can't shoot him because he's moving slightly throughout. Looking like he'd fall asleep at any second.
Yeah, there's a lot of slow motion shots of men falling into like dirt and water on the ground over and over again.
Yeah, it's like he kind of is shooting the same people numerous times from different angles.
Yeah.
That's how it looks. I mean, it can't possibly be that many people there, and you do get a overall shot of everybody, and there's people just falling over everywhere.
Segal gets arrested, but he still has time, even though they say freeze and they're closing in on him, he still has time to shoot a couple of people before raising his hands.
Yeah.
Sunti,
he's enjoying himself.
Sunti gets away, which I was thinking, he's going to break him out of this now, and he doesn't. We get to one of my favourite scenes, actually, is the police station, where Segal is getting the rollicking of his life by Thailand's answer to Police Chief Carl Weathers. He's complete with faux moustache.
Yeah.
And Segal literally starts getting beaten by the policeman behind him with a bat. He's got his hands cuffed in front of him. Starts getting beaten by the policeman behind him with a baton. And Segal then proceeds to beat up the entire police station with his hands handcuffed.
Quite right.
I was thinking, does nobody have a gun in this police station? They would have shot him by now.
Can't do that.
He does a great, obviously, with Aikido and whatnot, he does a great disarm of the police chief. But as I say, as he does that, they finally decide, actually, let's put our guns out. And CIA agent Leon, as he's known, no one calls him Washington.
Just Leon.
Turns up to bail him out. They seem to know each other as well.
Yeah, it's weird because he's not really been in it at all, and shortly after this he won't be in it again.
Yeah, because they actually said that the reason he's going over is to look after him, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what he says. Yeah, I don't trust these shadows.
Just before he turned up, I was actually about to write, where the hell is that fucking CIA agent who's supposed to be over there looking after him? He's already been involved in about 6 fights.
Well, there he is.
Say they know each other by first name, so there must be some backstory there that's never explained. And Jake says, Leon, my daughter's rotting somewhere in a goddamn hole. Do you expect me to get with your program while they're jerking my chain and yours? I think that's what he says. I was trying to replay.
I think he says it exactly the same as that as well.
Really natural.
Really emotional.
He says, "You're going back home. I'm taking you to the airport." Segal says, "No, you're not." And he says, "Okay, I'm not."
Fair enough.
Yeah, but I won't be here next time. And that's it. He caves in very easily.
Wait, hold it! Captain, tell your men not to do anything stupid.
ใช้ไว้ทุกคนใช้ไว้
Let him go, Jake.
Leon, my daughter's rotting somewhere in a goddamn hole. Do you expect me to get with your program while they're jerking my chain in yours?
You're not gonna leave this place alive without me. Do you hear?
We'll see.
Jake. He's coming with me.
Someone steals Segal's t-shirt from his bag in his hotel.
Yeah, maybe they were camping and they needed a tent.
Yeah. And this is when
They don't even wear a t-shirt. You don't see Segal in a t-shirt.
No, unless hasn't got sleeves, but this one does.
He's not wearing a bloody t-shirt, is he?
No, he's wearing fucking ceremonial robes.
So, yeah, it could have been anyone's t-shirt.
Lulu's then becomes sort of the centre of attention for this film for a little while, where she gets back to her flat. She sees her roommate dead.
She said, I thought she said, Jake, I'm home. But then I thought, well, she doesn't live with him.
No.
He wouldn't be there. So I don't know why I wrote it.
Just helped herself.
Just don't know why I wrote that down.
Yeah.
She said somebody, I'm home.
Yeah, it's a girl, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but I don't know what her name was. Unless she
Jake.
was all called Jake as well.
Yeah.
She's calling everyone Jake after he saved her life. Which he didn't.
We get a voiceover from Sunty telling us exactly what we just saw, that the roommate's dead.
Thankfully. Because I couldn't remember. I just wrote, Jake, I'm home.
He drops Segal and her off at, I think it's a bar, or maybe it's his hotel. I think it's his hotel,
It's
isn't
in
it?
a safe house anyway, that's what he says. This place is safe.
And Sunty then goes to look for
Fernand Zadia.
He goes to look for Zadia while Segal takes advantage
of a child. Yeah, I didn't like this bit.
I've put Segal confronts Segal confronts. Segal comforts.
Beats her up.
Segal comforts Lulu the only way he knows how, with a cold, hard stare.
Yeah.
Because that's his face.
And that melts her heart.
Yeah, it's a disturbing scene, isn't it?
Yeah, he says, you can stay with me. And she says, yeah, but you won't always be here. And then he says the weird line of,
Well, I might not always be here, but you can be with me as long as you want.
what the hell is he talking about?
I don't know.
I wrote that down because I thought, that's weird. What are you asking her to marry? It might not always be here, but you can always be with me. Like you're going to get married or something. She's like at least half his age.
And just the difference in body weight and just height. And
yeah,
it's a disturbing scene.
Yeah, I think it's unnecessary as well. I'm not appreciating this scene.
It's like shadow as well. So you just see the shadow of this massive bloke and then this sort of childlike girl on top. That's horrible.
That's enough.
Anyway, General Cheekbones.
Yeah.
He's practicing martial arts.
Yeah, he's working out so intensely that every movement, sweat is flying off his body.
That scene needed the Flashdance song playing.
It's quite incredible the amount of sweat he's got just on his body surface, because that's just coming off at all movements. He's sweat.
Yeah.
Sweat.
The
everywhere.
strikes look impressive though that he's doling
yeah,
out.
yeah. He looks like he can do the stuff, but I don't know if he'd be doing this at the end of his workout, because he seems to, by the look of his sweat, he's been working out for a long, long time.
Carl Weathers turns up, the police chief, and he tells him they had to release Hopper. And Cheekbones offers him an apple. Says, well, we all make mistakes.
Yeah.
He makes him put it sort of close to his head.
Yeah, he hold the apple out. He gets a bow and arrow.
As you would.
Yeah, as you would in medieval England. And and he holds it out. He says, no, closer. And he brings it closer and closer to himself. And then he just fires an arrow through it.
If this happens again, you will be the apple.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
Doesn't.
That's what he should have said.
I'd like it on a t-shirt, though.
He should have said, what do you mean? And he said, I don't know.
Well, I'm not going to tell you twice.
Yeah, just be careful. It's not fair enough.
General Cheekbone says to Lena that she needs to silence Fitch and Zaire. Segal and Sunty turn up at the docks to find everyone dead.
Yeah, it's kind of like a wood factory. There's lots of wood.
Lumberyard.
Around. Yeah. Yeah, that makes more sense, saying it like that, yeah. Like a factory of wood.
Wood factory.
I'm not in the industry. Yeah, there's already 6 corpses. When they arrive, they're just dead people already.
Yeah, that explains why Lena has wood at this particular moment when she sees Segal. And she escapes. Her hands are covered in blood, and she escapes in the car. Her fighting style is very kung fu movie, isn't it?
Well, all of these people now, all of her gang are very kung fu movie. They're just like they're all just on one leg.
Yeah, it's quite ridiculous.
Like all of them, they've all got swords, but they're all just balancing on one leg, which health and safety wise, especially on top of the wood.
Yeah, the way they hop about and stare into the camera does look a bit goofy, to be honest. But the actual fight scene is really good here. as well.
Yeah, I've put great fight.
Yeah, more wire work. He knows what he's doing with sword fighting scenes anyway. This director, have you seen if you've seen House of Flying Daggers or anything like that? And afterwards, after they dispose of them all, we see Zaire dead with scratch marks on his face.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to look like sword marks, but it just looks like he's, I don't know, maybe attacked by a cat.
I thought it was from Lena's.
Oh, her nails. Sorry.
Yeah,
his.
Yeah, from oh shit, I did it as well. From her nails.
How confusing. Yes, yeah, it probably is then.
And I put the next scene is mental. We get a woman standing out in front of the car, and they stop, and Segal somehow knows that he's meant to follow her.
Yeah, I think Sunty just says, "What the hell?"
Yeah.
But Segal, he knows what the hell. He knows exactly what to do, and that's just follow her.
Follow her into the back of this bar, where she gets her tits out and drips water onto her chest, and then a tattoo appears.
Yeah, reveals some sort of hidden message.
Segal simply nods at her.
Yeah.
And then leaves.
It's a very unusual scene. Yeah, I've actually written that must be what mammogram means.
We're guessing that's basically telling him where to find the terrorist group.
Mongkol, yeah, but it seems an unusual way to send a message. To me, anyway, unless that's how Thailand do it. If that is the way that they transmit messages in Thailand, that's just another reason I might go. Just, just for correspondence.
It's the old way they used to pass messages.
No, it's not though, is it?
I believe so.
Surely not. It's massively elaborate. I mean, what was it? It's a tattoo, was it? Like an invisible tattoo.
Invisible ink?
Because it couldn't have been a tattoo. She'd be left with that forever. And what
probably is.
What does it say? Just like it's a good job she didn't wet another part of her, because maybe she'll have a different message written there.
Maybe she did. Old Hopper around,
Big old Hopper. Anyway, that's all that besides. Yes, he understands it. He knows what's going on, and heads off to meet Mongkol.
Yeah, Mongkol he may be badly dubbed, Ken, and he may be a terrorist.
Yeah, and also he is.
But he's no kidnapper.
No, because he draws the line there.
Yeah.
That's wrong.
Yeah,
it's bad and wrong.
He's fine to blow up buildings with innocent people in them.
I think they were police, so maybe he doesn't see them as being innocent. That may be the Segal slant on this sort of thing, with the corruption.
There'll be someone last day on the job in that police station.
Just about to retire. He's got maybe a cake. Maybe his colleagues all cheering, singing him a song.
Someone's got him a tittygram.
Yeah. Poor guy.
Full pension.
Although, we saw the police station though.
Oh yeah.
There's nobody retiring there.
Segal believes him instantly because, he's had a suspicion through the whole film that they had nothing to do with it.
He knows exactly what's going on, Segal.
Mongkol tells him stuff we already know about Lena, and she works for Bridgeport. Now, who's Bridgeport?
I don't know.
It was on the facts that it was Bridgeport, but is that... Who owns Bridgeport? Is it something to do with Fitch?
I don't know.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
What are you asking me for?
Mongkol says, "Thank you for saving my life."
Thank you for saving my ass.
And Steven Seagal says, "Nothing personal. For me, it's all about the girls."
Oh, yeah.
I'm just here for those girls.
And then does a little booty shake.
Steven Seagal is on spring break.
Does a little booty shake, jumps up, does a little twerk.
Yeah.
Right in Mongkol's face. He doesn't like it.
Yeah.
Shoots him. Misses. No, none of that happens, of course.
That's the Seagal, I need to go and save my daughters, Ken. What's the plot of this movie?
I don't know. There's lots of other things in this film that needn't be.
The Thai police kidnapped the senator's daughter so that America would help them eliminate the terrorists?
No, that makes much sense.
Because we find out that Fitch McCoy is
he's a no good dirty double crosser. Of course he is. Anyone that he meets from the past does this. It's like long standing throughout all of his films.
And you would have thought Fitch would have known that that's Seagal's because they've worked together and stuff.
Except of course, O'Malley.
Yeah.
In Hard to Kill, he's a stand-up guy.
Well, I mean, he's forgetful and
he kind of causes lots of problems, but at least he's loyal.
Surely he would know that this is Seagal's daughter and be like, actually, let's not fucking kidnap her. Let's just take the...
Yeah, I know this guy. He'll fucking turn up and kill me.
Turn up and kill all of us.
He'll kill the whole bloody country.
Fitch McCoy is terrible with faces.
Terrible with feces.
Oh.
I don't know. Not sure why.
Sorry
about that.
Speaking of Fitch, you see him...
Speaking of feces.
He's emptying out his safe. That's not a euphemism.
Which means he's just on the toilet.
He's having a shit. And he's making a run for it until Seagal and Seagal's the quickest man on 2 feet.
Which is a massive contradiction.
Because he's in the jungle chatting with Moncol, and now he's back at the bar with Sunty.
Mm.
He says, "You know something, Fitch? You ain't nothing but a trailer park bitch."
Ooh.
Hey, buddy.
How you doing?
Great, how are you?
You know something, Fitch? You ain't nothing but a trailer park bitch. I think I finally figured it out. You lost out on all the heroin out of the north because it all went to the Chinese in the Triangle. You lost out on the Abu Qaraf in their arms dealing because, hey, they're Muslims, and after 9/11, well, so you orchestrate the kidnapping of 2 poor little innocent girls. Then you elicit Thai special forces and the CIA to crush your business competition. But you made one big mistake. You kidnapped my daughter.
You done?
Oh, right. So is he just telling us what's actually happening?
Yeah.
Oh, thank goodness for that.
And CIA to crush his business competition. So this is all Fitch.
So Fitch is the main bad guy?
Well, no, because he's, well, sort of.
He just runs a bloody titty bar.
Yeah.
Wow. Bloody Fitch McCoy. I should have known.
Titty Fitches, I think's the name of it.
Titchy Fitches.
But he made one big mistake.
Well, yeah, no shit. Steven Seagal.
Kidnapping Steven Seagal's daughter.
Yeah. What an idiot.
I think he'd have broken his wrist and thrown him through the window for doing one of any of those 3, but he did all of them.
Well, he's going to break all 3 wrists.
Well,
thrown
yes,
through
obviously.
3 windows.
Yes, obviously. This is Lena. She turns up. This is where we get the big fight scene between her and Seagal.
Oh, this is the big reveal that... hang on a minute. Lena is a man.
Great. I like this one. I want him.
Well, you're not my type, but hey.
Yeah, trying to all be like... it's a bit like Flash Gordon when Ming's daughter says the same thing about Flash.
Well, you're not my type, says Seagal, the fucking homophobe.
He doesn't know at this point, apparently.
How could he?
Nobody knows at this point except those eagle-eyed viewers who can clearly spot a man wearing a wig.
Yeah.
Such as ourselves.
She's got a whip.
Yeah. She has, yeah.
Hasn't she just?
Yeah,
she
not half.
She flies through the air attacking him.
Yeah, she does a little bit of that, a little bit of wire work.
Yeah, this is very kung fu film kind of attacking, isn't it? With heels and nails.
You can hear the sound effects as well. I like kung fu film, aren't they?
Yeah. Seagal punches her through a table instantly.
That's what he does.
And she gets up and removes her bra, as most women would, I think.
It works for me. I often punch them through a table, they straight off.
And we find out that it's a man.
Yeah, and same again for me. That usually happens. Yeah.
You're right. Sorry. Steven Seagal. Do you know what his line is here?
Yeah, I do, yeah, because I wrote it down.
I liked you much better as a bitch.
Which is weird, because that's his only reaction to it. He doesn't look shocked about it at all. He just says it totally deadpan face.
Yeah, Missy says everything.
Yeah.
He throws her through a light.
He just smashes her through some sort of like hanging light.
Actually, the disarm by Sunty here is superb. How quick it is.
Yes.
I don't think that's sped up. I think that's...
No, that's just technique.
That's really good, that. on Fitch.
There's about 3, isn't there? 3 moments of disarming somebody with a gun.
Most of them Segal, but this is great from Sunti.
2-1 to Segal.
Segal.
So Sunti owes him one.
I do like this. Segal does it with the handcuff chain on the
that is good. Yeah, he also does it for the taxi driver, doesn't he? Early on.
Sunti then gives the gun to Segal and says, "Don't kill him." And you're actually watching Fitch reach down and get a gun from his boot.
His little ankle holster.
But off the screen, Segal is saying, "Sunti, what am I supposed to do with him?" And he goes, "Sunti." I love the way he says Sunti. Sunti. What am I supposed to do with him, Sunti? It's not like I can take him home to Mama. That's what he says.
Which would be weird, wouldn't it, if that is what happened? If that is what happened.
Mama.
Mama, I brought Fitch McQuaid with me. And she'd be like, that no good double-crossing son of a bitch.
Yeah. Who would play Steven Seagal's mama?
Martin Lawrence.
Yeah, of course. Fitch pulls a gun from his ankle.
I'd watch it.
Big Mama's Dojo.
Oh, yes. Crossover.
Oh, God,
brilliant.
The film pitch is ruined.
The pitch is writing itself.
He pulls a gun from his ankle, and Segal's quicker.
Of course
He's
is.
got it pointing at him already.
He's already got him under gun.
And just shoots him dead.
Yeah, shame.
The only objective Finch managed to complete was getting Segal laid.
Jake, this is between you and him. Please don't kill him.
Jake, give me a break, huh? For old time's sake.
I'm just, I'm really confused. Didn't you just say I'm a dog and I'm gonna die in this hole, just like my daughter? Sunti, this is not a good man. I mean, what are we gonna do, Sunti? It's not like I can take him home to Mama. I guess he sealed his own fate.
We get a quick shot of the USA saying they're going ahead with the plans.
Hang on, is Lena dead?
I think so, yes.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, she doesn't really have much fight in her, to be honest.
Poor guy.
Yeah, they're saying they're going ahead with the plans in. I think it's a bit less time now. I think it's 42.74 hours. I think they say.
Yeah, we've got to stick to the schedule.
Yeah, Leon looks like he's just sitting at a table, just having some breakfast. He seems totally pointless in this film.
Yeah,
and he rings up General Cheekbones to say, that the plan is going ahead, and the USA will be attacking them.
Yeah, but he's not in on it, is he? Leon.
Well, Segal thinks he is. He rings him up, doesn't he, and says, well, we'll get to it, but General Cheekbones then goes to this place. It looks like fucking Alice Cooper's house. There's spiders, there's fucking scorpions, they got some devil statues.
Yeah, that is Alice Cooper's house. I was there last week.
It's the wizard from about 5 minutes into the film.
Yeah, remember him? No? Nah. Of course you don't. Of course you don't. Anyway, you remember him again when you see him because you think, oh yeah, it was that weird guy for no reason.
Yeah, he comes bearing gifts, the General, and he gives him a little box with Steven Seagal's green T-shirt in it.
Yeah, massive. Absolutely huge when he takes that out of the box.
I'm surprised it's not something like maybe a ponytail or...
A Big Mac.
Yeah, this is Big Mac. Yes.
That's what he went to Thailand to actually rescue.
Yeah.
His Big Mac had been kidnapped.
Or a robe.
He'd been Big Mapped. What?
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Segal, he's got his own mystical bullshit going on. He goes to the master at the temple, who gives him some sort of protective amulet necklace thing.
Yeah, and he says that he can have it because everything he's doing is for love.
Yes.
So murdering all those people is okay. Okay, USA.
I was thinking, did Buddhists have magical medallions? But then I thought Ace Ventura too. He gets one from a Buddhist as well.
There you go, you see. They're all about it, aren't they?
Yeah.
They love a bit of magic.
Maybe it's the same one.
It's all very spiritual.
He gives money and Tom Collins' phone number to Lulu in case he doesn't make it back. And they hug, and it goes off screen to another shot of the water. And then Lulu just says, keep it. Silence, and then says, I will be waiting for you when you get back. And she's just a shot of her alone looking out into the water.
Yeah, Sunti's praying as well, by the way. He's also praying. There's a lot of praying going on.
Yeah.
Basically just gearing up for a big final showdown. and lots of praying and preparation for it. Usually, you just get in your car, go, have a showdown, done. This one, awful lot of prep. Somehow he knows that magic's going to get involved, so he goes and gets himself an amulet. Which is weird that he knows that, because that's probably the last thing you'd be thinking if he's like, right, I'm going to go and kill the people who've got my daughter, but
I best get a magical
just in
amulet.
case they've got some magic going on.
Meanwhile, Thailand's answer to Rob Zombie is casting a spell. It's the old wizard. Is this the first sign of any sort of magic? Not any sort of magic, but just magic in general in a Seagal film. Magic that actually works.
There's been allusions to magic, not illusions, which kind of are magic. But I don't know. I mean you kind of usually just take it as a, whatever, nothing happens.
Yeah, like Mark for Death's got voodoo, but it doesn't have any effect. Well, at least none.
The voodoo bit actually in Mark for Death, when she was naked, wasn't she? And she was smoking a cigar. She got into like a bath and everything. Yeah, I used to rewind that bit. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
No, it worked for me. So maybe that was magic. Because things happened. So fair play to her. Anyway, yeah, she didn't last long in that film. But yeah, the voodoo in that, I don't know, it didn't really happen, did it? It didn't make anything different. It turned out that it was just two of them. It wasn't magic, was it? They were just twins. That's not magic.
Yeah.
It's like the magic of
the prestige.
Of life. The magic of life. But what else did they do? I guess it was kind of like vampires, wasn't there? And Against the Dark.
Didn't they get rid of that, though?
Yeah, I think it was a drug in the end.
Yeah.
But that's a shame. What was the other one that was supposed to be zombies that he was against? Was it like Submerged?
Yeah.
Supposed to be zombies.
Yeah.
I wish it was. That was bloody awful, that film. Vinnie Jones is in Submerged, I think.
What's he called in? Is it Jake, Jack, John? One
of them, yeah. All of those.
Yeah. Jake, Jack, John.
Jake, Jack, John. Jimmy Jack Johnson.
I wanted to ask you something else.
I think as well, in that one, he says that there's some sick shit up in here, alligator. Because he's totally Cajun.
Turns out that the shaman is making a little doll of Steven Seagal.
Yeah.
In his favourite T-shirt.
Yeah, which, I don't know, it'd probably sell quite well if he actually really made them.
Well, this leads in perfectly, Ken. We've done well here. We actually sound like we know what we're doing for a change, because I was going to ask you that if you made a Steven Seagal action figure, what would it do? What would be the phrases when you pull the string on the back?
Anyone seen Richie?
Yeah.
Would be one phrase.
Mm-hmm.
Yo fuck nuts. Would be probably the main one. I think I would play that a lot.
What about, can we start over?
No, Jesus, no.
What's that from? Is that Glimmerman?
No, that's from the other one that's the same.
Yeah.
Exit Wounds.
Exit Wounds, yeah.
Yeah, DMX.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You'd have
okay, yeah, go on then. Why not? That can be in there.
Kung Fu Grip.
Well, he wouldn't say it.
No, he would have kung fu. You press the legs, and he'd have kung fu grip.
Yeah, he might. I don't know. I mean, it's difficult, isn't it? Because he'd have to throw things.
Yeah,
I remember some of my old action figures had like the spring-loaded arm.
Oh yeah,
like of the He-Man figures.
Yeah,
so you'd lift his arm, and he would just chop. Back down.
I remember the Action Men. They had you look through the back of his head. And he had like the eagle eye vision.
Yeah, I don't think you used to look through the back of his head. There was a switch on the back of his head that you moved and his eyes would move.
Oh no, this was an Action Man. You could look through. There's a little eye hole thing.
What?
And it had like a target.
How big was this doll?
It's only an eye. It wasn't. He had a full-sized head. No, it's just
looking through a small doll.
It's just a little eye hole thing that you look through in the back of his head.
That sounds bloody rubbish. That sounds pointless.
Yeah, I can't believe you didn't have that.
No, I was probably grown up by then.
Oh yeah, and he came out last year.
As you pointed out, I'm much, much older than you.
Oh, that's true. A lot. By a lot.
Yeah, right.
What would he be wearing? Just fucking robes.
Of course he would. He'd be wearing robes. But he would also have a long leather coat.
Yes.
That he could put on.
Yeah.
It'd be difficult, but it'd be worth it. Then again, because if you're taking off those robes, what the hell's that doll going to look like underneath?
He's just got a...
It's not going to be like the old Barbie days, is it?
he's just got a vest, I think. Vest underneath, beret comes with it.
Just the vest, what? You mean like a string vest?
No, just like a black...
Under his robe?
Nondescript black vest.
Oh, right, okay.
Switchable head, one with ponytail, one without.
You'd never take it without, would you?
I don't think anyone would.
No, that would never be used. That would be a pointless extra.
Then you get play sets as well. Anybody seen Richie play set?
Yeah, the bar.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, yeah, that's it.
Because that's where he says it most.
I'd buy that.
I would. I'd have that. I mean, I've got like Michael Myers positional figures, I think they're called. I'm just going to call it a doll.
Yeah, like collector's ones.
Yeah, I've got Leatherface as well. I've got the Scream one as well. I've got Ghostface from Scream. So yeah, and they've all got their own little sort of like a tombstone thing. I think it's from McFarlane stuff. That was from years ago. They've probably upgraded everything by now.
You've got the sort of over-exaggerated Freddy Krueger and Jason as well, haven't you? Like
the plush ones.
Yeah.
I've got Jason, Freddy, and Leatherface again.
Yeah, they're cool. Ken's got this sort of dungeon just full of film memorabilia, pretty much.
Yeah, it's the only place I'm allowed to keep them in the house.
Yeah,
it's not even really in the house.
No.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go and make sure they're not rotting every couple of days.
Yeah, but them and the women
and the corpses. Yeah, the bloody hookers.
Yeah, so Steven Seagal action figure, get that made, because I tell you what else he could say is, what does it take to change the essence of a man?
Oh, that'd be brilliant. Yeah, he could do loads. He's got some really stupid quotes, hasn't he, in his films? I think he could.
And of course, the stage play set with the guitar for when you want him to sing the blues.
Yeah, when he's jamming.
Because we've seen Seagal live, haven't we?
We have, yeah. Very good.
We went and saw him live in, I think it was Wolverhampton, wasn't it?
It was, Bilston. It was the Robin 2. And it was, it used to be with Thunderbox. I'm not sure if he was touring with Thunderbox. That was his band name.
Yeah. Was that the name of the woman?
I don't know. I'd have loved to have met her.
Yeah.
You know when she was singing? She was staring straight at me. That's how it looked to me.
And that's same with me, but with Seagal. Ken was wearing a "Has anybody seen Richie" t-shirt, and everyone was getting pictures with you, weren't they?
Yeah, I had that made, actually, just for that. Yeah, just for that. I went to see him twice, though. Yeah. I did see him 2 nights consecutively. One in Liverpool and one in Bilston.
He gets shit for his music, but it was enjoyable. It was a good time.
To be honest, we spoke to one of the roadies as well after the Bilston one, and he said it went a lot better than the one last night, because he said people were shouting and he was getting heckled. And and he wasn't getting heckled at all. It was just people were shouting dialogue from his films at him. People were just shouting, "Anyone seen Richie?" every time there was a pause.
You've got to expect it, though, hasn't
he? Yeah, but he seemed to think that people were just shouting at him. The one in Bilston was brilliant. Everyone just enjoyed the music.
That was a good time. That everyone was having fun.
Yeah, he's very, very good as well. Very talented blues guitarist.
Yeah, and all of his band were amazing as well.
Yeah.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Back to the film. Seagal rings Leon and tells him General Cheekbones has the girls, but he must know that anyway, and hangs up.
Yeah, he basically he's a little bit passive aggressive, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's just like, yeah, thanks for the help.
Yeah, so it kind of sounds like he thinks that he's part of the bad guys, but I don't think he is.
Well, we never find out if he is. He's just kind of like hangs up as well and just goes, oh.
He's like, shit, and puts the phone down. So it's like, I was even found out as he knows that that's happening. Yeah. But what would he gain from any of this?
Nobody really knows what the film's about.
And why would he bail him out of jail?
Certainly Seagal doesn't know.
Yeah. They had him captured. Why would Leon bail him out if he was part of the plan? It doesn't make any sense. And then also, why would he tell Leon if he was? Because that would just totally ruin the fact that he was on his way to save them.
Yeah. Either way, none of it makes sense. Who cares? It's nearly finished, and we're off for a big old fight.
What, us?
Yeah, as soon as we finish recording.
I love how long there's a scene here where they're breaking into the place. I love how long the scene is when he's doing the hand signals.
Yeah, I've written that. Yeah,
to,
I've written
Sunti.
absolutely nonsense hand gestures.
Is that an ad lib from Segal, you reckon? Because it could last for ages.
It's like if you were to do it, like, I don't know, it's like if Naked Gun was to do
just about to say
stupid
that.
hand gestures.
I was going to say Hot Shots.
Yeah, it's kind of like, I don't know, little birds flying and
Yeah.
yeah, whip around your hand and fly, go, go, go.
He's doing all of this to Sunti. He's just staring at him.
He's just looking at him, what? So why aren't we talking? You might as well just have said it because there's nobody about.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I think the last one was go for the gestures. I think the last gesture was go.
Yeah, there's a gunfight all through the house. They find the girls, they save them. Sunti leads them away while Segal has the big showdown fight.
Yeah, because they got silencers, you see. That's how they're sneaking around. They got silencers on their weapon.
Even though every time Segal or Sunti shoots, the person they shoot shoots his gun into the air, so it kind of gets just...
But the point is they're being silenced.
Yeah, and General Cheekbone shoots arrows at Segal.
Oh yeah, he's not happy about that. He doesn't like this.
He shoots one out of the air straight away.
Quite right.
There's this CGI of a CGI arrow getting just scraped by the bullet, which then makes it explode, and then you see the bullet go. It's not great.
Brilliant.
It's
brilliant. I
suppose
love this bit.
I suppose it's 2003, so you. I mean, actually, to be fair, that this is better CGI than is in most of his films.
Yeah. We follow the bullet direct from his gun. It goes through. It tears through the arrow. It diverts its path, and he's not dead. So it works.
He cuts another one in half with a samurai sword.
Yeah. He says he sees it in the reflection of his eye. Yeah.
Cuts it in half right down the middle as it's fired at him.
It's like Robin Hood, where he used to shoot straight through another arrow.
Yeah.
This one, he just cuts it in half with a sword. He hates arrows.
Who doesn't?
Well, exactly.
There's this is the most blatant stunt double work here. This guy.
Yeah,
He's so thin.
The crazy sped up fight.
Yeah.
Not even the stunt double can fight as fast as they show it.
Yeah.
Nobody can.
And
Bruce Lee. Yeah. No chance. No chance. This is sped up like about 3 times.
We get interspersed with this is the wizard.
To be honest, if you watch this film, like if you just press like fast forward whilst you're watching it and it sped it up a little bit, that would be totally insane, wouldn't it? That would be the but that's how it looks. It looks like somebody's done that whilst they were filming it.
Yeah.
And they watched it and thought, actually, let's speed this up. Let's go 1.5.
Yeah.
No, let's go 3.
Yeah, they like that in Hong Kong, though. In Hong Kong cinema, don't they? They like speeding up fights.
Yeah, I don't know why, though.
Yeah. They
shouldn't do. Because it's like the main piece of the film, isn't it, to have a fight? That's the point.
On Scott Adkins' podcast, his interview thing on YouTube, I'm not sure if it's you can get it on Spotify or whatever, but he was saying that he would always, when he was younger, he would watch these and try and he's like, how the hell are they that fast? It's crazy.
Yeah.
Then he found out that a lot of them were sped up.
Yeah, it's the art of action, isn't it?
That's what it's called, on YouTube. Definitely, if anyone's interested in that, he interviews Gary Daniels, Mark Dacascos, just loads of...
He interviews Steven Seagal, doesn't he?
He interviews Steven
Seagal. He does the Seagal as well.
Dolph Lundgren. He interviews all the sort of action heroes from these times because he's a massive fan
He does a few others as well, doesn't he? He does No Retreat, No Surrender.
He interviews Tony Jaa as well. Yeah. All the action heroes. And he's actually a really good interviewer, Scott Adkins, so definitely worth a watch.
Oh, he's a fan, isn't he? I mean, that's how he got into it. It's basically like us, except he did something about it. Yeah.
Yeah, instead of just taking the piss out of the films. I mean, he does as well. I mean, he knows that they're bad but great at the same time, but he's also an amazing martial artist.
Yeah.
He actually, when he interviews Segal, I think that's probably one of the best interviews with Segal I've seen, because Segal's a hard interview. But he's very respectful with Scott Adkins, I guess because he's also a martial artist, I guess is probably one of the main reasons. And it is a good interview, but they all are. So especially Mark Dacascos comes across as just so fucking likeable.
He does, actually. Yeah, I follow him on Instagram, and everything he does on that is just fun.
Yeah,
and it looks like he's just enjoying himself.
Yeah, I love the fact that they got him in for John Wick 3 and stuff, because he seems just such a nice guy. And his older films, some of them are especially
Crying Freeman.
No,
Drive.
Drive's great. Yeah, Drive is amazing.
And Bokeem Woodbine.
Yeah. So definitely check that out. The wizard starts sticking pins in Seagal's little doll, and Seagal drops to a knee.
Yeah, I thought he was just tired.
He probably
was.
was.
Just like, oh god, this is going on.
And he drops his sword. It's going badly for him, but luckily the chain around his neck.
Yeah.
Snaps.
He's got his own magic.
Snaps and lands on the ground. And General Cheekbones says, "You might defeat me, but you cannot defeat the magic." Which is nice. Looks like he's done for, to be honest, until the voodoo doll bursts into flames.
Quite right. He runs into him, doesn't he? Takes him clean off his feet.
Yeah.
Into a cabinet.
Yeah.
Which again smashes to pieces.
And there's a sort of the camera zooms back away from once the doll bursts into flames. It zooms back away out of the wizard's little hut, and then goes and zooms through the air and goes to the temple.
I like that bit as well.
Yeah,
I quite like that.
And we see the monks all
like
praying.
It was like the Evil Dead, wasn't it?
Yeah,
where you followed the camera angle through, and something's happening,
and that they're praying, and that's enough for them to keep the evil at bay.
Yeah, it's the whole temple. The whole temple are involved. It's not just that one guy; it's all of them.
Not just the turtle; they're all involved. Now,
all of the turtles.
Yeah, Donatello,
all 4 of them.
Raphael,
Splinter. He's in the back mimicking the moves from his master.
Now it's just mano a mano, no magic.
Magic, get out of here.
And Seagal just fucks him up.
Yeah, he's throwing people through glass cabinets, though, isn't he?
He punches him clear across the room at the end. And there's one point where he's literally got his hand just perfectly straight, and he's just digging them into his body, into his throat and his solar plexus as well. That first one where it's sort of almost under the ribs, that looks painful. And then ends up just like fucking punching him across the room about 20 feet. And then smashes through a cabinet. Yeah,
there's never been a film that's actually managed to get somebody being propelled across a room to look like it's real.
Yeah, well,
and definitely not this doesn't.
One.
This one certainly doesn't. Happened in China O'Brien, actually, as well. Cynthia Rothrock. I don't know if you've seen that one, but oh, goodness me, that's just funny.
Which is the Cynthia Rothrock one with the fight on the netting? There's like a massive rope netting.
Oh,
they're all fighting up and they fall. Oh, that's fucking great. That is.
I can't remember now.
Cynthia Rothrock, she's badass. She did a lot of Hong Kong films, didn't she?
I fancy Cynthia Rothrock.
She's also on the Scott Adkins interview thing.
I fancy her. If you're listening, Cynthia.
The wizard passes out.
Yeah, good.
Or dies. I'm not sure.
I've said it. Wizard down. I've written.
The Seagal, he hugs his daughters. And
he's only got one.
Oh, sorry. He hugs the daughter and the senator's
and
daughter.
The Winthrop girl.
Before congratulating Sunty. Sunty says, "We did it, Jake," and then collapses into his arms.
Yeah, I've got Sunty dies, but he probably doesn't, does he?
He does.
What?
Yeah, that's a funeral at the end of the film.
Oh, I didn't even. Oh shit! Yeah, because. It's
God.
weird. I didn't notice that because my next note is scatters his ashes. So you'd hope he died. He helped him out, and then he just burnt him alive. Oh yeah. Sorry about that. That's my last notes as well. Scatters ashes.
He's been shot in the back. He's got gunshots all on his back.
Haven't we all?
In between the Seagal fight scene, you see Sunty helping the girls to keep safe. And he walks out in the middle of this massive room, and there's loads of people surrounding him with machine guns just shooting at him. And it looks like it has no effect, and he just starts randomly shooting. So I was like, how the hell has no one been able to shoot him there? But he falls down.
You think it was the magic?
Maybe.
But it wasn't.
It's a kind of magic.
Okay. Yeah.
He's been, and he says, "See you next time, Jake," and dies.
A Buddhist. Reincarnation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
what?
Seagal looks up and he sees a toddler with a shotgun.
Toddler with a shotgun.
Yes.
I'd watch that.
Vengeance is mine, is what the little toddler says. And then Segal, he nods and drips water onto his tits, revealing a tattoo showing the toddler its way home. It's the toddler, Ken, from the beginning of the film.
What, 10 years later, it's still a toddler? How does that work? Everyone else has got older.
Toddlers can live forever in that form.
That's toddlers.
If they choose to. Cut to Santi's funeral.
I suppose with no one to guide them. They had no choice.
How can they evolve? It's symbolic from Segal.
Beautiful.
Cut to Santi's funeral. It's Segal, and he's spreading his ashes in the river. And I thought that's going to fucking take a while. The way he's doing it, he's getting half a handful.
He just walks into the
fully
sea,
clothed.
doesn't he? Yeah, he's fully robed up.
Yeah, and he says,
"I'll be here a while."
We get a superimposed shot of Santi smiling on top of the water. It looks so fucking cheesy. Do you remember that?
I think it's lovely.
And he says, "Goodbye, brother." Close up of Segal's face.
Very close up.
And
there's a lot of close ups actually in this.
Yeah.
There's too many close ups, I think.
Yeah. They get more as the
very,
films
very
go on.
close. They're almost too close.
The more recent the film, the more close ups of Segal's face.
Which
rather
is
than anything
weird
else.
because, he doesn't look as good as he did. So why on earth would we be zooming in that far? Almost like into his face.
And that's the end of the film.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Do you think this is his best direct-to-video film? Or one of?
I think it's one of them. I mean, I know I suggested this because of the stupid bits, like the slide at the beginning, the train bit, all of that rubbish. But I actually really enjoyed watching it
I
again.
did as well. Yeah.
It's a good film, and it's essentially Taken.
Yeah.
But Steven Seagal instead, which, to be honest, most of his films, after a certain time, were the same plot. Somebody, gets kidnapped or hurt or killed, and he just goes and gets revenge on them.
Did Neeson get a tittygram in that? Do you have to fight a transvestite?
No. Although Famke Janssen, she could give me a tittygram any day.
The fight scenes as well, I think, are brilliant in this. And obviously, that's thanks to the director.
Yeah, it's a bit weird though, isn't it? It's not him. And he's doing stuff that he would not do ever. Or couldn't even dream of doing. He'd probably wake up tired out if he was to dream of jumping up, spin kicking people.
Yeah, but the really great choreograph though. There's no fight scene that is disappointing, I don't think.
No, and I quite like the ones where they are close up with him.
Yeah,
because you actually think that is him. He seems to be more involved in this than some of the later ones.
Yeah,
I mean, especially now, it's like he's almost totally not there. I know you said about the director and that doing the stuff afterwards, but yeah, at least he was still there.
Yeah. I mean, there was one film where they had to do reshoots. He just didn't bother turning up for them at all. Like everything was sort of shot.
There was one. There's one. It's Steven Seagal and Stone Cold Steve Austin. It might be Maximum Conviction or something.
Yeah.
They're never in the same shot.
Yeah.
They are in the film. They stood there talking to each other, but they're not. It's
on screen at the same time.
It's just a bald guy facing away from the screen while Seagal's talking, and then it's just some guy in a wig facing away from the screen when Stone Cold's talking. It's like it's not them. Yeah, terrible.
This is one of his last.
Still watched it, honestly.
Yeah. This is one of his last high production ones as well, I think. There's a lot of on location shooting, lots of extras, lots of gunfire.
It looks really nice, actually. Yeah. The scenery and everything, Thailand looks beautiful.
Yeah. And lots of varied set pieces as well. I mean, you get martial arts, you get some old school kung fu, you get guns, swords, spears, arrows.
There's
There's all sorts of different. Every single action set piece has a different weapon or fighting style. It's a lot of fun, I think. It's definitely probably my favourite of his direct-to-video films.
I enjoyed watching it again.
I mean, it is fucking silly at times.
It doesn't make any sense, obviously. Yeah. I mean, we still don't know what's going on. Don't know who the bad guy is, unless it was just Fitch all along. He's the main bad guy.
I mean, he fights a transvestite, shoots arrows out the air with a gun, defeats an evil wizard, and
wizards. What the hell?
And watches a guy get killed by a tomato. He's got it all in this film.
We've all been there.
And with that, we'll move on to this week's film pitch.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
I was talking to Ken about, before we did this, about the Segal interview with Scott Adkins, in which Scott Adkins asked him, what kind of film that you haven't done yet would you like to do? And Segal answered that he would like to do a Western.
That would be brilliant.
Yeah.
I'd like the sound of that already.
Yeah.
That'd be, yeah. Why not?
So I think with that in mind, to save Segal some time, we're going to film picture a Steven Seagal Western. Right
Nice.
at you.
Nice.
Right into your ears.
Oh, in your ear hole.
So Segal is playing half Indian, half cowboy, I think. Because, you know, he's going to want to be Native American.
He's got to have some sort of spiritualism, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Can't just be a plain out Western.
I'm thinking he's wearing full Indian headdress.
Yeah.
And a cowboy hat on top of that.
On top.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't he? Apart from obviously logistically how he's going to get that up there and keep it there.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay.
What? But this is the thing. What the fuck's his name going to be? He's going to have a good name. Is it going to be Indian related or is it not? Is he just going to have a cowboy name?
Both. If he's going to be half, he's going to have both, hasn't he?
Yeah. Big Chief fights on stool.
Yeah, why not? No, that's just all Indian. He can't be a big chief.
No, he can't.
He's not allowed to be the big chief.
No.
Because he's half blood, isn't he? So
Yeah.
he can't be a chief. I don't know if that's the rules, but
That's probably the rules,
that's
yes.
what I'm sticking to. I'm sticking to it right now.
His name is Tex.
Texas Pete.
We'll come back to the name. He's got a gang.
What else is he wearing? He can't just wear that because that's horrible.
That's disgusting. Yes, I think obviously a polka dot waistcoat.
I like him if he was to wear his tasseled jacket.
I think he's
suede tasseled jacket.
I think he's literally Indian, all Indian garb because that's all Seagal's going to wear. Let's face it.
Yeah.
And a cowboy hat on top.
Not sure he'll wear that cowboy hat.
Well, we're going to have to add it in post then. Have to CGI it on. Imagine him watching
CGI a cowboy hat. CGI a cowboy hat. Just about 3 feet above his head.
One of those 10-gallon ones. One of those big 10-gallon hats.
One of those comedy ones from Superman 3 that Richard Pryor wears.
Yeah. Do you think we could convince him to shave the bottom of his goatee off so he's got the big tash?
No.
Fuck.
I don't think so. We'd have to CGI that.
Hang on. How are we going to get out past his fucking orange glasses he wears all the time now? You can't wear them in the Wild West.
Could we give him orange contacts? If he needs to see orange.
He always, what I'm on about, those little...
No, I do, yeah, but I don't know if he needs to see orange or whether his eyes are very sensitive.
Yeah, I don't know what we're going to do about that.
Would the hat... Oh no, it's too high up, isn't it, to block the sun?
Yeah.
I just thought if he was oversensitive to sunlight, the cowboy hat would do that trick, which is the exact purpose of it. But not if it's above his head by some distance.
I think it's going to be
and not real.
Yeah, yes, that's the main thing. I think it's going to be a sort of Seven Samurai type, classic storyline where the townsfolk need Seagal to help them with.
Is he already there though? He's already in the town.
He turns up.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
I was going to say he needs to arrive. He can't just always be there.
Yeah,
he's never done anything.
He's an ex-lawman who's starting a new life with his family. Got a farm, pretty sort of...
got some land.
Unforgiven with Clint Eastwood, think that. He's out of the spotlight. And then the local town, the sheriff, it gets overrun by ne'er-do-wells and bad guys, and he's got to go in and...
Okay, yeah. Well, it's a basic plot, but it's never stopped him before. So so what we need now is bad guys.
Yeah, well, we need... He has to go and get his... There's 2 brothers in his gang. He's got to go and get them back.
You've got to get them back from...
The Brink.
Somewhere else.
No, his old lawman partners. He's bringing them back. They're the best partners he ever had.
Yep. Yeah,
Obviously
you're casting at the moment, so go for it.
They are played by Ken B. Wilde and Dominic Lawton.
Holy shit, we're in this film?
We are, yeah.
Oh, man.
You play Randy Breakfast.
I'm sick of being stereotyped.
We're the Breakfast Brothers.
Yeah. What are you called?
What's for breakfast? That's our catchphrase.
What's your name? Continental.
John.
Randy and John Breakfast.
Yeah. You're Randy Breakfast.
You're just John.
John, yeah.
Okay.
No, Jack. That's cool.
Jack Breakfast. Is it? Is it? Is that cool?
That's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what cool is. So, yeah, Jack Breakfast.
Yeah. Randy Breakfast.
Yeah, okay, I'm happy with this.
Yeah, the bad guys, well, the sheriff that asked for help in the first place.
It's not us as well, is it? How many roles have we got?
No.
Oh, right, okay.
That's Carl Weathers.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Lawman. Yeah, what's he called?
Sheriff Carl Weathers.
Brilliant.
The bad guy is played by Dolph Lundgren.
Ooh, that budget's gone up. Is that why me and you are in it?
Yes.
Because we've got Seagal, Carl Weathers, and Dolph Lundgren.
Yes.
Okay.
He's also got two mates with him, two little mates.
Oh, no. Are these played by us?
Yes. In dual roles.
Two brothers.
Yeah.
What are they called? Lunchtime.
That's ridiculous.
The Dinner Brothers.
What are we going to do are we going to just wear eye patches for the bad guys?
What? Yeah, okay.
Obviously, we can't just look the same.
One each, or?
Yes, I think so.
The same one.
2 each. As is customary on this, you got to wear 2 eye patches.
Yeah. Can we have scars if we're the bad guys, please?
Yes.
Yeah.
Where do you want yours?
Well, on me buttocks.
No, of course. Pat Buttocks. Are we the Buttocks brothers?
Yeah, okay. Pat.
That was a film you were in, wasn't it? I think they've already done that.
Yeah, I think we covered that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pat and.
Oh no!
Who else would be the Buttocks brothers?
Pat Buttocks and.
Happy.
Happy Buttocks. Who are you?
I'll be happy. I just go around singing. I'll just go around singing. Look out. Here comes Happy Buttocks.
And his brother, Pat.
Come here, you.
Just walk past.
Just going around, just giving him a little slap.
I've got this vision of you acting sort of like the devil from Cow and Chicken.
Just rolling in.
Just rolling into scene.
Well, that's Happy Buttocks for you.
Oh, God. It's a good thing we're tall with Lundgren, I guess, isn't it? Because we would have looked ridiculous. Happy Buttocks.
Yeah. We wouldn't want to look ridiculous, would you, with a name like that? The last thing you want.
What's Dolph Lundgren's character called?
He's the bad guy, yeah?
The main bad guy. It can't be the Buttocks gang.
No.
It's got to be called whatever he's called.
I want you to go out and get these buttocks. That's what Seagal says at one point.
Yeah.
We need to shut down these buttocks.
Wait, do you hear something? It sounds like buttocks.
Yeah, sheriff, the buttocks are coming.
They left their calling card.
It's just a fart in a jar.
That's definitely Happy Buttocks.
How do you know? Because when I opened it, it went.
I think Segal would have to. We need a name for Segal. Something fucking mental. Billy.
Hey, crazy bastard. Billy Crazy Bastard.
Yes, there we go. You got it.
There you go.
Would that be the bad guy?
No, that's too much.
Yeah, Billy Crazy Bastard is is Segal's name.
Billy Crazy Bear.
Yes,
because he's been his spirit animal was a bear, wasn't it, in the previous film?
Was it?
Yeah,
yeah, and he had the hawk as well in
the little nod to the previous film where his spirit animal was a bear.
Yeah,
but I don't think he was crazy. This one he is. Yeah,
flying bear.
Yeah, I'm not sure that happens. That was a dream.
Yeah, I think Billy Flying Bear.
Billy Cuddly Bear.
Billy Flying Bear and the Breakfast Brothers.
Man Bear Pig.
Yeah, so Billy Flying Bear and the Breakfast Brothers sounds like a fucking... sounds like a circus.
It sounds like a ridiculous band.
Well, there we go. That's his name. Billy Flying Bear and the Breakfast Brothers. So Billy...
That's not his full name, surely. And the Breakfast Brothers, not part of his name.
No, that's when we turn up.
Oh, right.
You're Randy Breakfast.
You're damn right I am.
And...
More sausage? That's what I like to say.
No, thank you.
That's what I like to say to the ladies in the saloon. At breakfast.
I think as well. I mean, what would you... I think
that's my catchphrase.
I'm thinking of Randy Breakfast, got a bowler hat. What do you think?
Yep, I'll have a bowler hat.
Waistcoat.
Yep.
Shirt.
Can I have a handlebar moustache?
I'd be upset if you didn't.
Thank you very much.
Jack Breakfast.
Jack Breakfast.
Has
That's such a shit name.
What would you prefer?
Continental.
His name can't be Continental.
English. You just called English because you are.
The English Breakfast.
Yeah.
That's what they call me, is it?
The English Breakfast. Because you walk around with like a monocle and you've got a top hat because I've got a bobble hat.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, and you walk around and say, I say, and stuff like that.
Yeah, my name is Jack English in...
Breakfast.
Yeah, in...
all right, okay.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, you can have that.
The nickname's English.
And what is my name? Just Randy?
Randy Fuckface Breakfast.
Yeah, I'll take it. And why is that my nickname? Because I walk around with a fuck for a face.
Yeah. It's like fucking real life.
It doesn't mean anything. I haven't got a fuck for a face.
That's not what I've heard.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
What about Dolph Lundgren's character?
Yeah, I like him.
What should he be called?
Sorry. He should be called Texas Pete.
Texas Pete?
No, that's from Super Ted.
What about Big Bastard Calhoun?
Yeah, that'll do.
Yeah, so it's the Calhoun gang against the Breakfast Brothers and...
I don't know. I don't know if we should have bastard in his name.
Oh.
Or big. Why don't we just call him the... Okay, right.
The Calhoun.
No, the bastard Calhoun. Because he didn't have a dad. Yeah?
Right.
Because in those days, that's what happened. So, the bastard Calhoun.
Yeah.
And that's it.
You think Dolph's a good choice?
Yeah, why not?
Mm.
I'm not sure. I couldn't think of anyone else in that quick fire time span.
Clancy Brown.
Oh, he'd be brilliant.
Mm.
Can he be the Undertaker?
What, from the wrestling?
Not in the wrestling, no. No, in this film.
I was thinking actually getting the Undertaker to play the Undertaker in this film.
That would be even better, especially if he's just wearing his ring attire.
What, his leather pants?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah. Do you mean he's old school
and
with a tie?
He's just rolling his eyes back at all times.
Yeah.
Every time we see him.
I don't know if Segal will go for it. You know how fucking serious he takes all this shit.
Mm.
He'll want a hard-nosed Western with magic and shit.
Okay, in that case, we'll do it when he's gone.
Yeah, that's true.
We'll just film it when he's left.
Yeah.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
And that's it. And he saves the town. Obviously, he's going to have to. He's got a love interest.
Okay, so what are they doing? These
they're overrunning
these
the town.
the Buttocks boys. What are they up to?
Well, and Clancy Brown, the bastard.
Are we sticking with Clancy Brown?
I think so. I kind of like.
Have you just changed it?
Yeah.
Okay. Dolph, we'll work again soon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
Sorry about this, but we will
Keep
work
in touch.
together.
Keep in touch, Dolph.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I kind of think Clancy Brown fits the Buttocks much better. The Buttocks gang.
If you're listening, Clancy, sorry about that.
Brown Buttocks.
Yep. Yeah, okay.
Buttocks and Breakfast is the name of the film.
Right, so everyone else takes second after us.
What would the film be called if it's Segal? It's got to be a 3-word.
What, like Belly of the Beast?
Yes.
Okay. Breakfast of the Beast?
High noon.
With buttocks.
High
noon buttocks.
High noon breakfast.
High Plains buttocks.
High Plains breakfast. Sound like be on a menu at some fancy fucking restaurant.
See? Continental, not as funny now, is it? See? It makes sense.
What am I, English?
Yeah, your English breakfast.
English breakfast and Randy breakfast.
Randy the fuckface breakfast. Apparently is my nickname.
That should be a line in the film. It's outrage that that's your nickname.
How the fuck that came to be, Randy.
Yeah, so Segal has to.
Right, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. What's he got to do?
He's got to bring us out of retirement.
He's got to serve breakfast.
Breakfast is served.
Is that when we walked in?
That's what we used to.
Is that our catchphrase when we walk in?
That's what. Yeah, because Segal gets cornered in the saloon.
He's trying to get us. Yeah, and we keep saying no because we're retired as well.
Yeah,
and then we agree to it, and he says, "Breakfast is served."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you just see this silhouette on the floor of their fucking top hat and a bowler hat together.
It's not Laurel and Hardy.
The breakfast is served.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, he has to bring us out of retirement.
Can we have some sort of like when he did to the blood bank?
Yeah.
We have some sort of music when he says that.
Yeah.
To accompany the panning of the silhouette.
Yeah, some rip off of Ennio Morricone because that's what most westerns do.
That'll do. Yeah, just some bloke whistling.
So yeah, the town gets overrun basically, and they turn to not CIA obviously, but whatever they had back then. What was it called?
I don't know, just the sheriff, isn't it?
Was it US Marshals? They were back in the day, weren't they?
Yes, that's what I said. The Marshals.
Anyway, he's the next one of those, and there's a woman in the town. She goes to ask him for help, and obviously he's not going to because he's Segal. He's got a torrid past.
What's she called?
She's called Blanche.
I'd prefer her to be called Fanny.
Of course. Blanche, no.
Blanche McFanny.
No. Yeah, Fanny's a good one. Fanny.
In the distance.
Her name's Fanny.
Fanny in the distance.
No, she's not watching the fucking Native American as well.
She just never arrives.
What do you see out there, Randy? Fanny.
Hey, how close? In the distance.
Do you hear that? Sounds like Fanny.
Could be worse. Could sound like buttocks.
So yeah, Fanny goes up to Steven Segal. What's his name?
Happy Fanny.
No. That's the cat house in town. No, she goes up to what's his name? Flying Bear.
Yeah, apparently.
Billy Flying.
Yep, that's him. Yeah, that's him, yeah.
So,
how has he got that name?
So she goes up to Billy Flying Bear and says, "You used to be a lawman, right?" And he was like, "Sure, once, long time ago." Or Lord have mercy, probably knowing Segal.
Lord have mercy.
Now he's turned his life to, he's the preacher in town. I've changed it. He's not in the farm, he's a preacher now.
Oh, right, okay. So who the hell are who are the Breakfast Brothers?
He's Father Flying Bear now. He says, "Stay holy, alligator."
Is that another one of his Indian names? Holy alligator.
Yeah. And he says he's not going to help. And but one of the young kids that goes,
be a pretty short film then.
Yeah, and one of the kids who's in his congregation that he's, I don't know, he's a pen pal with, they're in the same town. The town gets ransacked, and of course, Happy Buttocks.
Mm-hmm.
Pat Buttocks and Clancy Brown, the bastard, they kill the kid.
Who's this kid?
He's just a kid in the town.
Who plays the kid?
Probably some random child actor.
Nice.
Radcliffe.
Yep.
Probably. And then that's when Segal says, I'm gonna help.
This bear's gonna fly one more time.
I'm gonna help you, Fanny, but first, I need to get me some breakfast. And then it turns, and then we're just working on a farm, just some farm hands.
Yeah. Who are we?
The Breakfast Brothers.
Okay, right. I just didn't know which ones we were.
Yeah. So, so he comes in and we say no to him, obviously.
Does he ride in on a massive oxen?
Quite the opposite.
Like in Blazing Saddles? No,
quite the opposite.
What? I don't know what quite the opposite of that is. What, an oxen rides on him?
Yes. No, he's got a very small horse, because that's the only one.
Like in Droopy?
Yes.
In Droopy
That's what I was thinking of, yeah.
Tiny little pony.
He's got to use, this isn't mine, this is Fanny's, is what he says when he gets off the horse. And we're looking at him like, it's been a long time, Flying Bear. And he says,
yes.
Yeah.
It has, actually.
Yeah. It's been a long time since I've seen breakfast.
Yeah, nobody believes that.
Yeah. And we say we'd love to help you. And we say that, we've got it pretty good here where we've turned in our guns long ago. And he says...
He could say, I understand. And then sort of just look down, And that would be enough for us to look at each other and just nod, and we'd join him.
You'd look at me first, and then you just throw your shovel down.
Yeah.
You'd reach into your waistcoat, pull out your bowler hat, punch it back into shape.
Pop it back out, yeah.
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 I'd do the same with my top hat from round the back.
Grab the monocle.
Yeah.
Pop the monocle back in.
Don't know where that's come from. Probably don't want to know.
No, I don't either.
And then it's all about us, getting back into fighting shape.
Can we have a montage?
Yes.
Perfect.
Lots of Segal doing his, mystic bullshit.
Excellent.
Sat
cross-legged.
Yeah.
By a fire.
We've all got to take a hit on a peace pipe to find the way.
Yeah. We're around a fire, though, yeah?
Yeah.
Excellent, yeah.
Talks,
night time in the desert.
He goes to talk to his fucking tribe, probably. Get some sort of mystical amulet to wear.
You can't just go for an amulet.
What is it then?
A feather.
Yeah, that he puts in the top of your bowler hat. That we've all...
like a sandcastle.
Yes, that we've all got to rub before we start.
Yeah. You're all rubbing my bowler hat.
Yes. You got a problem with that?
No, it's fine. Okay.
You love it. You're fucking Randy Breakfast.
Yeah, you're damn right I am.
Yeah. And
Randy Fuckface Breakfast.
That's what they call you. And meanwhile, you just see the bad guys getting up to some shit and they learn about Segal.
I think we also have a montage of the bad guys just doing bad shit.
Yeah, and they set.
Doesn't really matter what they're doing, does it?
They hear about Segal and what he's doing. They burn down his church as a warning.
That's not very nice.
No, well, they're not nice men, these buttocks.
These buttock boys are evil.
They're the lowest of the low.
Low buttocks.
Yeah. And then you get the big fight scene at the end, just in the abandoned town. The townsfolk, it's about the three amigos, the townsfolk help.
Are we going, obviously, the buttocks boys and the breakfasts will face off, yeah?
Yeah.
They're pairing off to fight.
Yeah.
And that's going to be complicated, isn't it?
I think we'll pair off to make it easier so that Randy Breakfast will fight Happy Buttocks.
Yeah. Okay. But no, hang on, no, they're both me.
Yeah.
That's not helping out at all.
Well, it's better to have both of you in the same scene, I think.
Well, that's not going to help out.
I know, I'm joking. Yeah, we'll have...
No.
We'll have Randy Breakfast against Pat Buttocks.
Mm-hmm.
And then English Breakfast against...
Happy Buttocks.
And then, obviously, Clancy Brown.
Who's going to win?
Bloody Segal and the Breakfast Boys.
What, all three?
Yeah.
You're going to go 3 for 3?
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
That's the hero film.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Surely someone's going to die. I'm thinking...
Randy.
I'm thinking all the brothers.
All of the brothers?
Both sets.
Jesus Christ.
It makes sense.
Maybe they find out they're quadruplets.
The buttocks breakfasts.
They all bind together to defeat Clancy Brown on their own.
Or the breakfast buttocks.
The breakfast buttocks, yeah.
Again, we've all done that.
They could either change their names and at the end to either Randy Buttocks.
Well, all of them.
And English Buttocks. No.
They all changed their name to that.
Or it goes the other way and you get Happy Buttocks.
You get 4 breakfasts.
Which no one can handle. Except Segal.
You polish them off.
Oh. That's not the ending.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
So yeah, that's the pitch. What do you think?
It's either 4 breakfasts
I forgot about Carl Weathers.
4 buttocks.
Carl Weathers just fucking sitting there doing nothing.
He's just like, damn. Every now
we're going to need another bad guy then, because Carl Weathers has got to fucking get involved on our side. Danny DeVito.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
As
big
face.
Big face.
The
baby.
The big face. Yeah. That'll do.
The big face baby. He's in their group as well, is he?
Yeah.
So there you go. Carl Weathers faces off against Danny DeVito. One for the ages, that is.
Yeah. Wonder who wins that.
So it all ends and everyone's happy. The town's saved. Segal gets Fanny. Segal gets Fanny.
Yeah.
And the breakfast boys go get lunch.
Which is the sequel title.
We do need a title.
I thought we'd got one.
What was it?
I don't know. I thought you threw one out there. No?
No.
Oh, no, that was right, because you kept ignoring the fact that Segal was in it. You kept saying, like, the breakfast stuff.
Oh, yeah, it can't be that. It's got to be...
The Breakfast Club 2. You'd get a lot of interest from the
then they read the
people from the
plot.
80s.
They read the plot. It's a Western starring Steven Seagal and Danny DeVito.
You'd be like, what? Wow, they went on to different things.
It's Steven Seagal, and Steven Seagal is Father Flying Bear. Father fucking Flying Bear. Sounds like a fucking kid's film.
It'd be a shit one of them as well.
So there you go. It's called.
It would make sense if it was a kids' film.
It's called Father Flying Bear. Okay.
And it's not animated, right? No.
Maybe we should animate it. He's never done that either. Could kill two with the price of one.
Animated Western.
So there you go. That's the film pitch. What do you think? Who plays Fanny? Anyone that can stand to be in the same scene as Segal, I guess.
Yeah, that's Kelly the Brock out, isn't it?
Yeah. Maybe Fanny can look at his dick for old time's sake.
Can't think of any females in the world.
Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah.
Yeah. She shouldn't do films anymore.
Yeah, she'll be in it.
She'll play Fanny, won't she?
Of course she will.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
So anyway, that's the film pitch. Ken, what do you think?
Yeah. Really, really excited about this one.
How do you think Segal will kill the bastard? I think he'll do a round the house kick out of the top window of the saloon.
How long's his leg? or is it? Are they in the same room? And he falls out the window.
Big leg.
I thought he meant he's in the top window.
No.
And the bastard's on his horse outside.
The leg taps him on the shoulder, looks round, and then just
turns around. He's like, huh?
Yeah.
What the?
Round the house kick out the window.
That's no way for a top level boss to die.
I reckon that he's they're fighting with a rope. He's got a whip.
Who has?
The bastard.
All right.
He's got it tied round, like Segal's tied around his neck, and then he round the house kicks him out the window. The
So
whip
he
gets
falls,
caught,
yeah.
and then it hangs him
Okay.
from out the window.
All right. What about Fanny?
That could be the name of the film. Fanny's just hiding. Fanny hiding. That could be her last name.
The Hiding Fanny.
No, that's a superhero.
It doesn't sound overly super.
Or heroic, to be honest. So there you go.
All right, that's it then. Yeah, we're going to go with that one. Yep, that's exactly what happens.
Father Flying Bear.
Father Flying Bear is the name of this film. Okay.
Is that everything you'd hoped it would be?
And more. And more, I think.
Well, that's all we can ask for.
Yeah.
And on that note, we'll bring this podcast to a close.
Oh, dear.
Thank you to my co-host Ken B. Weil for joining me.
Yeah, thank you.
You can find us on all the social medias. Just search Bad Movie Cult. Find us on Facebook. Join the group. Invite and we'll accept. You can find us on Letterboxd. You can find us wherever you get your podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. And if you could, just leave us a review, 5-star review. It just helps more people see the podcast and helps us keep the podcast going pretty much. I think that's it. Ken, you got anything else to add?
No, I don't think so. I think we've covered literally everything.
Well, then we will see you next week.
Yeah, can't wait.
Dominic Lawton. Ken B. Weil. Welcome to the Bad Movie Cult.
I liked you much better as a bitch.